and that's where we'll come in. Your plan is, as you guys expressed it, is written on that page out there. I'm gonna roll 20 post blog thing. Recap.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. Don't think that there was anything else I wanted to do beforehand. Anybody else? Or do we just want to do it?
Time to fry.
Yes, thank you,
Yeah,
Android.
maybe we could workshop a better name for the plan. Out of the fire and into the pan. No. All right.
I'm just going to get in the box now.
You can do it, Jai. And I wink, kinda.
Yeah, that's not reassuring.
I look over at Walter and I'm like, "Hey, for once it's not you going in the trunk."
Oh.
Well, no, it's not a safe space.
Very much not.
Karma. It's karma. I believe in that.
Yeah. Do you?
I'm not sure, but maybe I'll start from now on. Let's see how this mission ends.
I mean, a lot of bad stuff has happened to us, and so that would mean that we deserved it.
Not to me. At least I've successfully forgotten everything.
Okay, I'm just pointing it out that it's not great.
Either that or now you're due for some good stuff to happen to you, right?
I'm going to die horribly.
Good stuff, right?
I don't think it's gonna hurt for long.
No, you're right there. It's not going to hurt long, but the moment it does will be excruciating.
Amazing.
Well, Android puts it up and don't get into the box.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Time to die. Yep.
Is the android still in the box with Jai and Dylan?
Yes.
Okay.
What else?
Are you wearing a suit?
The android certainly is.
Okay, I was just checking. Cause...
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought, but I was like, did we ever actually qualify that? Okay. Sounds like a plan.
All right. And Zoe and Charlie are taken to the lighter cab.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Sorry about that. All right. Inside of the small container, there is enough room for the three of you to stand. In addition to what little bit of equipment Zoe's able to put in and attempt to shield from the heat. This did use almost all of your ceramic, so you'll either need to recover it, which, you know, is helpful for bringing everyone back anyways. If you want to continue doing anything with it, or, well, I guess that is your only real option, is recover it. Somebody mentioned earlier about potentially using the ceramic material as a component some of the materials components,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually think that that's a very clever idea. It will take some additional work in a workshop, but it's something that the GM is not outright saying, no, you can't have a component for free. You totally can. You earned it. You just have to earn it some more.
Cool. Hey, Dex.
Mm-hmm.
When the door closes, I want the inside to have a message in like glowing letters. I just want to say "keep calm" with a big smiley face.
Everything is fine.
Yep.
Okay.
You're in the good place.
That is so appropriate.
Mm.
Are you sure it's not a black sign with black LEDs?
Oh. Well, LEDs wouldn't survive the heat, so I just had to paint it.
Yeah, that's probably not going to survive the heat either, so it'll just be this black
We
smear.
can watch it. We can just watch it burn when the doors open. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
assuming you survive, when you're coming back up, it's just this burnt ash smiley face.
Yeah, look, it's very appropriate.
Is it possible to move not the character pogs, but just the squares with everyone's name on it?
Yeah.
They're kind of just blocking the whole map, and I don't know how to move them.
So if you go to the cog gear and then down at the bottom in game settings, it'll say chat avatar. You can change them to names only.
Okay, that would be perfect.
Also, you can move them around, but I don't remember how to do that part.
Yeah, I think it gives you some options to move them at the top or the bottom. Those are your only two options, if I remember.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
Alright, well, according to your plan, this is the part where you launch.
Launch. I do it.
There is a piloting check involved. It's not just to pilot the cargo lighter. That's something that anyone can do without a check.
Yeah, but pilot it into a burning planet and all kinds of nonsense. Yeah,
No,
makes
it's
sense.
more specific than that. You guys have a destination in mind. You know approximately where the Sioux are, if those are what those conscious movements are, and and I still need to know exactly how close you want to be to that. And those movements are moving, so you're basically trying to navigate an intercept course for them.
Gotcha. Okay. Here we go.
Where are you trying to put yourself? Reminding you that the filaments and the nexi are the hottest, and the spaces in between are the coolest.
Yeah.
But it was the movements that were creating the filaments and nexi.
Right. So we need to land near our nexi, I think.
Okay.
Like, half a mile? Quarter mile? I want close close enough they can walk to it in 5 minutes, but not so close that we all fucking die.
Okay.
So I think a quarter mile will probably be good.
A quarter mile will
Quarter to
reduce
half.
the heat by some. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the plan. And here we not strength. Let's do dexterity. Right? Piloting off of dexterity.
You
Sure.
gotta power the wheel.
I mean, I feel like it should be intelligence, but I feel like if the things that should be intelligence were actually intelligence, dexterity would
It's
not
no,
have
use
it's clearly
intelligence also.
charisma.
Yeah, you gotta smooth talk the thing into landing in the right place.
Yeah, you can use intelligence also.
That's fine.
Okay.
We'll stick with that. That seems pretty decent.
Okay. Yeah, your difficulty was 8. You've succeeded. And plus you also had an aid check that didn't go used from Nemesis' plan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do you just want to call if if say something's about to fail, it could make a difference for me to roll for, or do you want me to just have like a standing roll?
I guess it doesn't
roll
really
once for the
matter.
plan.
If you, I don't want to waste the time with extra rolls, extra unnecessary rolls.
Yeah, exactly.
And I no longer have the very explicit rule of you have to choose to roll the 8 check before the base check is made. Yeah, because
I mean, technically, I can roll it. I can roll it for every single check, right? That as long as
yes,
it's
you
part
can.
of the plan.
As long as the plan is still on rails.
Yeah. So it maybe makes more sense for it. I think either way is either I roll one up front that's an ongoing until it's used, and then roll, or you just call for me to roll for it whenever. It can make a difference.
Yeah, I'm not keen on the roll up front. And just to save time, we'll go with, hey, you could have rolled an 8 check on that. Go ahead and roll it retroactively.
Okay.
And then I'll figure out how I want to rule on that in the future. Because previously I made 8 checks. They had to be rolled in advance, but they could also apply a minus if you failed the 8 check. I've taken that out, so there's no longer a reason for the requirement that all checks be rolled in advance, because there's no possible penalty for it.
It's not great, but you could just do one roll for the plan, and then that's your aid check whenever it needs to be aided.
I'll think about that.
Which, yeah, I mean that's just a suggestion. I don't particularly like that.
And then if you roll well, it's a good plan. If you roll poorly, it's clearly a bad plan. Makes sense.
I'll think about it. I'll have to take the balance considerations into mind.
Yeah, because it does make the ability much worse to do it that way.
Yeah, keep in mind it's a focus that I picked.
Yeah. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus. I'm doing it accidentally.
I am.
The cargo lighter detaches from the ship and starts its descent onto this hellish burning planet. A planet hot enough that even quartz melts. Kind of a wonder that there are any solid foundations on which a city the size of Culture, a city and park the size of Culture, can even rest. The spot that you guys have picked is not too far away from Culture. In a planetary sense, you can see it out in the distance, a shining blue beacon against the rise of burning red. And you start to experience and feel the turbulence of the intense heat that you're descending into. Inside the container, it's not much more pleasant of a ride. Zoe fitted the internals with what should be heat-resistant seat belts, but we'll see how they last. And with
they're made out of asbestos. They better last.
With the opposite of a smooth ride for the last 20 minutes, Zoe touches down to a position that Nemesis up above can confirm has landed basically where she was trying to, about a quarter mile from nearby Nexus.
Before we land, I say to Charlie, "Hey Charlie, take a look out there. Make sure that we're landing on something solid."
I'm going to assume
make
there
sure.
aren't any, like, vents or anything that I can see out.
Hang on, I couldn't hear you very well. Can you repeat that?
No, I'm going to assume there isn't like a window or any kind of venting that you can see out of.
Yeah, just for the sci-fi aesthetic, most ships still have windows, even cargo lighters. You know what? Especially cargo lighters, because they're already weaker and more fragile than ships, so why not make it worse?
Sure.
No, there's some kind of transparent but strong as any other shipbuilding material that is being used for the windows. They are not a safety concern anymore. They're not a sci-fi mockery.
Yes, we know.
And so, yes, Charlie can look out the window.
Okay. Does it look solid enough?
It looks like everything's on fire.
All right. I don't know how solid fire is, but if it works for you.
Well, it's not like we have much choice, and I set us down.
There is some unexpected yield in the ground.
Ugh,
Um,
that's our landing gear melting right there.
it is the cargo container sinks a couple of centimeters. The ground is a little bit spongy, but
Okay.
doesn't fall any further than that.
I
And
detach and I get the fuck out
all right, you're
of there with the lighter. I don't get out of the lighter.
the
Just to
lighter
make
cab
that
is
perfectly clear.
starting to throw red lights and warnings at you. Danger, excessive heat.
Yep.
All right.
Good luck, guys.
We're detached.
You're
Yep.
detached.
And I
All right.
take off.
I set my timer for the 15 minutes we agreed to wait before departing to give us more time to get there and back.
Okay. Zoe fights the the rising heat of the planet, making it difficult to control the lighter completely. But I'm not going to make you roll a check. That's just for flavor.
Woohoo! I
Okay.
mean, I feel like we're rising too, so
It's just
exactly
that
how that
the weather effect, the weather patterns make it more difficult.
sure.
The weather is mainly burning.
Yeah.
Well, you might be getting some nice thermals on that though.
Oh god, we're all gonna die.
Yeah, but thermals aren't great on a craft that is literally designed to go up and down. You start turning it on its side, and now it's going up sideways.
Yep.
Fun new experiences. Oh, I'm sorry, Zoe. Are you worried? I'm going to take my suit off and probably die.
Look, I didn't say anything. You're talking to the GM right now.
Yes, but he's taking it out on you. This is beautiful.
It's what all GMs really want.
The GM
Instigation.
misdirect. It's super effective.
Right? Oh, jeez. All right. I see how this is gonna go.
All right. Do you guys want to have any interactions or moments in the 15 minutes you're waiting while Zoe and Charlie are fighting the atmosphere and Jai, Andy, and Dylan Ray are just hoping that the container doesn't sink anymore?
Do we have radio communications with them, or is the?
Yeah,
I guess that's probably gonna be a problem.
Just assume that there's a bit of static. It's difficult when you're directly in the environment like this, but I'm going to include some kind of communications ability in what Zoe put together.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to call down and ask how the weather is down there.
It's a lovely balmy day on Sos Prime.
Lovely.
Balmy.
Balmy.
In fact, I think it's a wonderful day for a walk.
Fun thing
What you
is,
got?
it's actually almost midnight.
I can't tell.
No, you really can't tell night or day outside the city.
I mostly just see fire. Well, no, I don't see anything. I'm in a box.
Yeah, the container doesn't have windows. That doesn't make sense.
I'll also provide the countdown for when they're supposed to leave the container per the plan.
Okay.
T minus
T minus
7
10 minutes.
Okay.
T minus
And
9
counting.
minutes.
and counting.
Well, if any of you hold to any gods, now's the time to start praying.
Dylan
For
Ray
me.
is very excited.
Dylan's fine. Well,
Yes.
Dylan, are you prepared to meet the Sioux one way or another?
This is my dream of a lifetime.
Well,
He
the line
is
should be getting
bouncing.
close. Well, the line should be getting closer as we wait. Let's see. Nemesis, what's our time?
T minus 3 minutes.
Okay.
The android would give the actual time down
Yeah,
to the.
Sorry,
Second.
Nemesis was distracted.
Nemesis, are you playing video games?
No.
You hear in the background beep 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 beep.
Hey, you hear shit.
Well, yes.
At least she's not playing VR games, right? Like, she's sort of paying attention.
Yeah, I'm not that irresponsible.
Aren't you? No, don't answer that. I'd like to die with some measure of hope.
All right, the time comes to open the door.
All right. Android, open the door.
That means I'm headed back, right?
That means you're headed back, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, the android tries to open the door.
It from the inside, it opens easily. All three of your suits are immediately warning you of extreme heat. Jai, yours is more warning you that that your suit is on actual timed support. You cannot remain indefinitely out in this heat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's trying to estimate about how long the suit can hold off. It's giving you 5 hours and 58 minutes.
That should be time enough. I think. Can we see? Like, is there any way to see where any sort of anything like that? I guess I'd call it an axon is coming in.
I mean, we can give you range and bearing, right?
All right. Yeah. Nemesis, give us our bearing.
Yeah. Down on the planet, all you see is fire. You step out out of the container, which has sunk a couple of centimeters, and you sink into the ground. Also, it's a very kind of spongy surface area. But you don't seem to sink any further than the crate, just a little bit less. And in front of you is just fire. You can't see too far, and there are flickers of brighter and lighter fire that just don't really seem to have any meaning. Don't stick around. Let's go ahead and get a program int check from Nemesis up in the ship.
Oh yeah.
Oh
this is going
boy.
well.
Yep. Because these have gone so well for us.
All right, let's do this. Hey, at least I didn't roll
That's-
two ones that time.
That
Yeah.
isn't terrible.
That's probably one of our better ones.
It is because there's a 5 in there.
Nemesis, there are a couple of those tracked points of heat within a couple 100 meters of them, and slowly moving towards them.
Well, according to plan, I'll point them in that direction.
All right, so we're taking our first steps from the crates, heading north by northeast. Ground softer than I expected. Probably should have brought a geologist along.
Where would you have found any of those?
We spoke to one, yesterday.
Oh, that's right.
But
yeah.
what would we have put him in?
That's a good
A
question.
minus suit.
You only had 2.
We could have bought another.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't expensive. Well, they were, but not for you guys.
Say that I'm still not sure our financial situation.
Temperature appears to be rising slowly but steadily as we make our way further from the crate. Android, can you confirm that?
Can I?
You can. Temperature is increasing as you approach the point of data that Nemesis gave you, or even facing towards. In fact, temperature is increasing without you doing anything.
Yeah, because these odds are moving. That was the whole point, is get in front of it while it moves over you, essentially.
And
I guess the android cheerfully confirms.
All right. I'm going to place down the first marker, I guess, so we can find our way back.
okay, well, you haven't actually gone too far from the crate. It's still visible in the haze, in the heat haze.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll place it down when it starts to become not visible. Then.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think the plan was for y'all to leave it that far behind.
Right.
That was the point of the lines moving.
That's a good
our
point.
placement.
You
I guess
don't
we'll
need
just
to
find
anyways. As you're continuing in that direction, Dylan stops and he starts laughing. I see it! Sue, right there! And he points.
I stop and I look where he's pointing.
Both Android and Jai, go ahead and give me a wisdom notice check.
Oh boy.
No amount of planning is going to help that one, I don't think.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, look, you people rolling, not even rolling any 1 through 3s.
I would allow your plan to have included some steps for seeing what they're trying to talk to. So you can roll an aid check for Jai if you want. Okay.
Yeah.
That brings Jai up to an 8. And you both see a shimmering outline of a shape. It looks the same as the background, except it's like somebody with mediocre Photoshop skills has taken an image of fire, an animated image of fire, and constrained it into a more or less vertical blob, like a man made out of Play-Doh, and then imposed that on another animated background of fire. It's very hazy. It's made more difficult to see because of the heat haze, and the fact that it doesn't have a solid anything to look at. But you can, Jai especially, with his scientific knowledge, can see that there's something holding energy inside of something.
I see them.
Dylan goes crazy. He's just exhaling and exhorting himself and exclaiming, "Sue, it's there! They're finally there!" And he starts removing his helmet.
Not yet.
I finally see them.
Dylan, not yet.
He is
Let's
ignoring
approach
you
first.
Well,
all right.
That's why he's there.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Are you taking any actions to stop him?
I do
The
put
android watches it.
I do put my hand on his shoulder.
Okay.
Dylan.
What was that, Nick?
The android is watching it intently.
Okay.
Dylan, we should approach first.
He is laughing and giddy, and you hear the familiar of the helmet seal disengaging, and in the barest moment where he's no longer protected from the heat, Android, give me a physical save. Jai, you're excused from this one due to your suit.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a sudden just kind of a crinkle of the miner suit that Android is wearing, and I need to roll one.
Hold on. I'm committing processing.
Okay.
So, success!
Take your death like a man, Android. No.
No.
All right.
God, no.
Okay. What has just happened is the space around you in a small bubble of a few meters in radius, centered on you, has just turned into vacuum. Instantaneously. Or as instantaneously as physics will actually allow. The superheated air and the temperature along with it have been shunted out. And Dylan made his save from from having his lungs explode. Of course, he was already fairly short of breath from all of his exclamations, so he was safe, but he now no longer has any air. He is of stable enough mind to get himself some oxygen from his suit before he passes out. There's a disturbing quiet calm in this little bubble around you. Lung explosions are the worst.
So this
All
is
right.
this is around the whole group, right?
I'm going to kneel
Yes.
down. I'm going to kneel down beside Dylan and see if I can see exactly what's happening. Or, just make sure he's okay, because I am still a doctor.
Yeah.
Despite some people's claims.
Go ahead and make a heal check.
Okay.
You tell him the right thing to do when a person's lungs have almost exploded due to sudden depressurization.
Great. I'm glad I could give him some useful medical advice.
Around the... Sorry, I shouldn't have said it was centered on you. Kind of centered between you and what has now appeared in front of you, one second. What looks like a arc of lightning coming from the ground and bending up and up into the radius of the bubble. There are a couple of streams that come off of it, but it's like Kylo Ren's lightsaber. It is extremely aggressive lightning energy, and very constrained within some kind of transparent tubing. The ship still is getting data, and communication is working. Dylan, with his in a strained voice, "See, I told you."
Dylan? What'd they tell us? What? What are you saying?
The Sioux would... They'll protect us.
Alright. Is it possible to, vent my suit or get it in to provide me with, I guess, the pressure I need not to have my lungs explode while I remove my helmet?
Yeah, but before you do that, let me look over at chat here. I see that Vision is asking if a private channel can be established to Jai, and I don't see any reason why not.
Yeah.
So,
Jai, Jai, remember my words. It's your chance now.
All right, I turn off the private channel.
Okay.
Jai! Do I actually hear that you turned it off, or?
Yes, you are made aware that the private communication, has been disconnected.
Walter. All right.
There is a small stream of air coming in from points on the outside of this bubble. It is slowly pressurizing the airspace that you're in back to normal, and your suit readings note that it is a breathable mix, although at the moment still too sparse for you to breathe without any kind of assistance.
All right. But I do still have air from the suit, don't I? And I will
Yeah.
be able to get that if I take that off.
Yeah, you can essentially do what Dylan has done and take the breathing apparatus that detaches itself from the helmet when you take the helmet off, and pull that up out of the suit and just use that.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Normally that retracts into the suit when you take the helmet off. That's
right.
Or is already retracted. It's extendable when the helmet's not on.
Right. Okay, that makes sense then. I will slowly and carefully remove my helmet.
Okay.
You die.
You feel perhaps familiar sensation, or at least what you educationally recognize as the bends. But it's due to precautions. It's not going to be anything that you have to worry about mechanically. It's just going to feel a little bit unsettling.
Yeah, it's probably going to be unpleasant for a decent while after this, but
yes, indeed. But the suit told you that the temperature is nice. It's actually perhaps a little bit chilly.
Definitely strange. It's actually Jai is in fact this is absolutely amazing, even to someone as focused on the job as Jai. Do you understand me? I guess he speaks to the to the lightning, I guess.
There's a little bit of a crackle, an arcing of the branches of the lightning going up and down into the ground and into the bubble. And the shape still looks strained. There's nothing that no understandable communication comes out of it. What you guys are seeing up in the ship, there is a gathering of Sioux outside this bubble of very strange atmospheric and weather behavior, and that is actually what you guys see on the ship. There's now a storm around them, and around a calm center that you can see Jai's suit metrics, biometrics. You can see that the temperature is a cool 70 Celsius, or not 70 Celsius, 70 Fahrenheit.
I mean, that's really cool for this planet.
It is. 18 Celsius. But there's just this kind of forming torrential storm above them. Your visuals are getting less distinct, but you're still able to sort out that yes, they're being surrounded by these points of data that create the filaments and nexi on the planet.
Interesting.
surrounded all except for near the cargo container. The points seem to have approached it and then backed away from it.
Interesting.
On the ground, after this lightning that appears to be holding up the world for you, crackles and burns, you see another shape-like thing pass through this barrier. The air gets warmer. You're now up to 19 Celsius and climbing. This one's much smaller than the arcing lightning in front of you. It's about human size, a little bit bigger, and has a slimmer kind of blobular shape to it. Giant Dylan, feel a sense of understanding that seems to emanate from it. And a question. Just a sense of a question.
Dylan, my companion, came to meet you, and I came to ask for your help.
That sense of a question pulses as the shape draws nearer to you.
My memory was taken from me, and from several others, by something we don't, through means we don't understand, and for reasons we don't understand. We were hoping that you would be able to help us.
Another blip of that question sensation, but this one is accompanied by a surreal flood of images. It's all human-centric, and humans in fire, burning and setting themselves on fire. The image isn't that visually distinct, but that's the sensation that is taken from it, is that these humans are on fire, they're setting themselves on fire, they're setting each other on fire, and that same kind of questioning blip of why. It's becoming more clear now. Why?
I don't want to
What?
set the world on
That's-
fire.
Oh God.
It's a really heavy question.
Why are people so terrible to each other? Well,
People are strange, I suppose. We come from a very different world than yours. And humans derive from different conditions. There are those of us who believe that the why of our actions derive from these initial conditions, the inbuilt instincts, prejudices, all these things that drive us to insanity. There are those of us who believe that such things, through one means or another, can eventually be overcome to build something greater than there was before.
You are interrupted at that point by a striking image of the blue bubbles of culture collapsing and bursting into flame. There's an image of a man laughing over this.
Do I recognize the man?
Dr. What's his face?
It is not Danny Edwards. You don't immediately recognize the man, no.
It was the military funding guy, maybe. I mean, obviously, whatever they're seeing had been on this planet, right? But we haven't heard of conflict here, and I guess I can shut up if
Well,
No,
they,
that's fine.
just speculating.
they might be well, they probably are precogs.
The fact that they saved you all from burning almost instantaneously kind of points in that direction, yeah.
Well, no, they might just specialize in telekinesis.
Sure.
And psychic, because of the psychic events they've already exhibited.
They're definitely psychic, but it's all right. No, we need to sit here for the
Tell
next
that.
30 minutes and discuss what branches of psionics they specialize in.
Well, I'm glad you agree. All right, let's get down to it.
All right, so they clearly have telekinesis. They're
So
clearly
the GM is going to
empaths.
interrupt here.
All right.
Damn.
Is
All right, fair enough.
is Jai communicating this to the ship in any way, or is he focusing entirely on the Sioux in front of him?
He's almost entirely focused on the Sioux in front of him right now. Like,
Okay.
you can probably hear what he's saying, but you're getting one side of the conversation.
Yeah, you guys can hear what he's saying. And so can Android, although she isn't seeing any of this, obviously.
If she only had a brain. I could tell you why. No.
So what is Jai saying in response to that that the ship might hear?
Are you saying that it's some human is going to attempt to destroy culture? Is that what you mean?
The heat in your bubble continues to rise. This being moves closer to Jai and Dylan Ray, and almost kind of like a pod extends from it out to the outer edges of the bubble, or a branch or filament, and another kind of filament contained within these force fields extends towards Jai. There's a bit of sparking and something going on at the edge of that bubble where it has breached itself through. And then Jai sees or hears a single word in his own voice, mind.
Mm-hmm.
In his head, in his own voice. It's not spoken out loud by him, it's just heard by him in his own voice. Single word is union, combined with a sensation and visual image of this word engulfing the planet.
The word union.
Mm-hmm.
Union.
And then
Hasn't Union already engulfed this planet?
Union only controls those mining
Oh,
locations.
yeah, that's
they don't control culture.
Gotcha.
And then a somewhat familiar turn of phrase for Jai. The words again spoken in his voice, in his inflection. Rage against the dying of the light. Oh, sorry, I did that in the other order. Sorry. Do not go gentle into the night. And then followed by rage against the dying of the light.
That's Dylan Thomas, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Dylan Ray is that's kind of sobbing in wonderment.
Yes, he's very helpful. Oh, God, I wish I was better at parsing this. Let's see. I see. So to clarify this, Union is planning to do something. Rage against the dying of the lights. Rage against the dying of the lights. We resisted Union before. We resisted all those people based on what we've heard so far.
All the megacorps. Well, all 3 of the megacorps.
Right. And based on my impressions, Union is planning to do something evil here, fundamentally. Is that correct?
That seems to be the read. Maybe perhaps not evil as much as a concept goes, but the concept of union, the word and concept of union, engulfing the planet. And please do tell us what is internal thoughts and what is being spoken out loud by Jai, so that the ship can be confused as well.
Okay.
I mean, right now I'm probably being tossed around in this giant fucking storm, so I'm not sure I get to be confused about anything.
No, you're
confused about other things right now.
Yeah, like why there's a giant fucking storm all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's right. You actually I had momentarily forgot that you are descending into that.
No,
we were expecting something a little less flashy.
I mean, if they create a low temperature zone on the planet, it makes sense, but still not helpful for us in the air.
So did you say that Zoe is not descending into that?
No, I mean,
Okay.
It would have started as we were descending, so if I aborted, I'm basically writing everybody off to die. So no, she wouldn't do that.
That's okay. I don't think the cargo lighters can actually stop descending once they've started.
Based on what Android just said in the general chat, can I rip the helmet off their suit and kick them out of the circle? They said clearly we are in the eye of the tsunami.
Which tsunamis don't have eyes, so I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, no. More seriously. You resisted Union once, I think. I'm not sure. If there's any way you could help me remember anything, if you could help me answer why, then perhaps I can answer. Then perhaps I will find an answer to how.
There's a tickling in Jai's mind, in his consciousness. You can resist it if you want with a mental save.
I don't.
After a moment of that, again, this is in Jai's voice and inflection in his head. Jai hears the question of, what is your question?
Alright, so the question is, what is my question?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hell of a one. Alright, we should probably build a computer to answer.
Oh, I mean, it's how many roads must a man walk down?
No, we tried that one. Why 42? It just doesn't work. Alright, fuck. What is my question?
This seems to me a more direct conversational communication. rather than
Alright.
just images and sensations.
Alright. So, I guess before I woke up in the decaying orbit around an uninhabited star, what led me here?
It was inhabited, sort of.
No longer inhabited.
That's fair. All right.
Also, it wasn't a decaying orbit and more of a direct course into the sun.
It still counts. I guess it's the best way to put it, really. What led me here?
You
And where what led me here? And where would that road take me?
Your journey has been short.
My journey has been short.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. God,
It's almost like talking to aliens is difficult.
it is.
Mm.
Clarification is added. You have lived only 40 human days.
Oh shit. Well, there goes that idea.
Oh, great. I think I did suggest clone. That's
Mhm.
wonderful.
Yep.
They've only 40 human days.
Sorry, not lived. Experienced is the word used. You have
Okay.
experienced
that's
only
even worse.
40 human days.
Oh boy.
Oh, how is that possible? Is everything before that just gone then?
A strange
Completely?
little tickling sensation in the back of your mind.
Okay.
And yet,
I'm not resisting anything here.
and yet, there are memories reinforced by decades of repetition. And then the word and sensation of language flashes.
Sort of like that. So is that all that remains then? Then perhaps that's still something in that of an answer.
The word remains is stated as an inquiry. This is not in Jai's voice. This is just that impression thing again.
Is something or someone took my past life from me. I don't know how. And but somehow, I guess, my skills are all that's left of it. But until I can learn more, perhaps that's enough.
A little bit more aggressive tingling, a bit of pressure, as if there's sound waves that you can physically feel passing through your brain.
Right. This probably hurts a little bit more, but I'm just going to sort of take it, I guess.
Relaxing does make it feel less potentially painful.
So, yeah, I'm just trying to relax.
And then once again in Jai's voice, nothing repressed, nothing erased. You question psychic tampering. No signs.
So what then? Why is there nothing there? I guess a no check would probably be at hand here. Is there
Sure.
like any form of cloning or anything like that that would preserve, I guess, the rote knowledge of repetition that would be the basis for our skills?
Is there a technological basis for mind wipe? Or is that pretty much psionics? Or telepathy?
Nemesis would not be familiar with any technological basis for mind wipes.
Makes sense.
Except for androids, but there's debate on whether that's a true
God, we're all
mind wipe.
androids.
Didn't know you were
No,
playing
that got ruled
Alien,
out.
did ya?
Yeah, he ruled it out.
Remind me which of the new foci you took. You've got higher education, I know that. Did you get into the Trivial Pursuit one?
Not yet.
Okay.
That would be next level.
Okay. You can still roll a no check to see if Jai does recall, with this little bit of prodding and prompting, any kind of anything that might produce this effect.
Okay. Let's give it a go. Trying to decide if I want to try re-rolling that. What do you guys think?
I will tell you that will not be a success.
Alright. I think I'm gonna give it another go then. Just for
that was a low roll.
Just for the heck of it, I'll give it another go.
Okay.
Bam.
Well,
There you go.
with the information that you've gotten from this Sue psychically probing inside your brain, and pull the document again, and telling you that there is no sign of psychic tampering, which was your prevailing and perhaps maybe even entrenched opinion for some time. Jai's brain starts to explore some of the darker, dimmer corners and recesses of his knowledge, and he vaguely recalls some device of the Trin, a race that suffered some catastrophic event on their planet and had to be positioned and all but disappeared from the galaxy, from the sector, as the various law enforcement agencies, Galactic Mandate and Planetary, and megacorporations kind of collectively sighed in relief. They were considered a danger to just about everything, because they held no reservation against Maltech. And there were rumored to be some devices that could take a person's memories from them. It was discussed primarily in espionage circles, because those memories could also be viewed.
Okay. That is something then. Some Maltech then. And from this, like if something like that was used on a person, there would be no way for them to access it without actually collecting the original memories. Then
that's actually one of the reasons that it's so highly dismissed, is because it's a fairy tale. It presents too perfect of a memory wipe. Some kind of memory wipe that doesn't damage the brain or leave any traces. Like when you delete data from a hard drive, or unlike when you delete data from a hard drive, it's considered impossible. I'm sorry. What was the question?
no,
That was
that's fine. You were right on the right path there.
Okay.
All right then. But I guess it's not that impossible, is it? I think that might be what happened to us. All right then. But you said you could still you could still feel my entrenched skill, or like those entrenched rote memories, right? So those can't be scooped out by that. I'm asking you, the DM.
Oh, yes.
So like the rote memories can't be
it doesn't seem like those were removed. I mean, clearly those weren't removed. Sorry, I'm not trying to be vague there, but yes,
no.
your theory there is correct.
All right then. And the most likely suspects would be either other members of our crew, the ones who we couldn't find on the ship, or, well, fuck, why would the Megacorps do that and leave us there? That still leaves a lot of questions.
that's a little...
But we've got something of the answer. And I guess I'll look at the Sue again. But you said you could still feel the memories of routine and rote there, memories of my skills before all this happened. Could you help me access those?
One moment, please.
Great. I'm asking them to help me access my old skills. If I'm going to be going against the Union, trying to push them back from whatever they're trying to do, and going against whoever did this to us for whatever reason, I'm going to need to have as much of me as I can, at the core of me. That is what I can do.
There's a presentation of sadness, and in Jai's voice, that is something I cannot do.
Damn, you just don't want to give me that extra XP, don't
I like how we've gone straight from first contact to first negotiation.
Yeah, it's fine. Well,
Amazing.
it was worth a try.
There's a little bit of clarification there, and it's back into more the impression of everything you already are.
Well, all right then. I'll just have to become more on my own.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I'm busy. I'm just
All
checking.
right. Shoot. Is there anything else I should ask them, I guess? Give me one moment. I need to speak with the rest of my companions, and I guess I'll relay everything that's happened or that they've said to me so far.
Okay. While you're doing that, the Sioux that you have been talking to kind of retreats from you a little bit and just moves over to the Sioux that is apparently holding your bubble in place, keeping you alive. The smaller Sioux, almost cat-like movements, circles around it. There's even a little bit of a tendril, like tail-like tendril, that's coming out and wrapping around the larger Sioux.
Interesting. That's interesting. Yeah. Well, I can see why. I can see why so many people dedicate their lives to studying that. You. All right. Is there anything else I should ask them?
Can they clear a landing space?
I can do that. Android, Walter.
Or maybe you could get them to move this shindig a little closer to the.
I mean, we can just walk there.
Well, I'm coming down pretty quick. I'm not gonna have a lot of time to hang around.
Right. Well, all right. I'll try to hurry then.
I know the plan.
But yeah, I guess out of character then, does anyone have any suggestions for anything else I should ask?
Out of character, like what would they have us do? Like what would the next step be? If they're all precogs, then maybe they have an idea as to.
That's actually a good point. That's a good one. All right, I'll ask them then. What would you have us do next? Both what do you want us to do, and what do you believe we need to do to uncover more of the cause of our current situation? So I guess there's two questions in there. Like, what do we need to do to fulfill our own quests, and what do you want of us?
You are immediately assaulted by that image, that man's face again, and 1 second.
Well, it might be too late for that, because that frickin' theme park's an eyesore, and I think that's basically as much violence as you could ever inflict upon a planet.
Well, you get more with it. So you see a more coherent image of man. It looks like you're actually seeing a man that through his own eyes, and you can see him in a SOS government worker suit, in the reflection from the transparent material that looks out upon the Sioux from the bend.
God, it's Eddie, isn't it?
Eddie, all along.
You can see what looks like his his visuals of a promotion, the sense of rising up, as well as the sensation of going deeper, something diving into the planet. And you can also see what must be his image of the Sioux as literally fire people in cages.
Right. I guess that's clear enough an answer.
The temperature is steadily rising. You're at about 25 Celsius now, as the Sioux that's been talking to you unwraps itself from the larger Sioux and kind of streaks towards you. A slight tendril reaching out towards you once again, and another tendril going straight up through the bubble. And then once again in your own voice, his imaginings, or this being's imaginings, have progressed week by week. He intends to act this out and believes he has the ability to do so.
Hell. I understand. And then from there.
Yeah, you guys wanted to spend the next 20 sessions on this planet. You said so.
That's
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah,
That's definitely what I said. I didn't at all think it would just be, oh, well, let's just go down there. It'll take one session, maybe two, and then we'll be fine. And we'll head on to Gun.
But it's a good storyline.
Sure. Yeah. No, I'm digging it. It's just
All right.
we were almost out, and they just track us back in.
We did kind of burn some bridges when we saw that scene.
Oh, burn some bridges.
You
Damn
can always go back and unsteal the suit.
I suppose if I'm already going against the Union, might as well go all the way. Very well then. I'll help you. And do you know? My second question: Do you have any advice for where we should go from here? Both to help you and to help ourselves.
You're actually given kind of some visuals that must have been pulled out of some scholarly heads that have visited of two planets, Trinita Fade and Trinita Shade.
Is it Trinita?
Trinita, correct. Trinita.
Faye and Shay.
Fade and Shade.
All right.
A kind of disturbingly giddy sensation of the terrible technologies that may be uncovered and lost civilizations, or perhaps even contact with the Trin.
Mini machines on Trinita.
Yeah. Well, I guess they did suggest, or less. I guess my memories did suggest that the Trin did use, maybe allegedly use something like this. So that makes sense. All right then. It's enough to go on. Thank you for your help. As agreed, I'll help in turn.
There is a sense of relief and gratitude, but also a building sense of urgency. You must go now. This is
Yeah,
painful.
I'm already putting my helmet back on. It's getting a little hot in here for me.
Yeah. And you can see that the form, the lightning Sue that has been holding this barrier is getting even more crackly at the same time as more willowy.
Dylan. Dylan.
We have to go.
Yeah, exactly. Put your helmet back on. We need to move quickly. The
He gets
space
his
can't
helmet.
last for long, and when it collapses, it's not going to be pleasant.
He gets his helmet back on.
Say goodbye to the Sioux, Dylan.
Oh, I already did.
Excellent. Android,
Yes.
say goodbye to the Sioux.
Goodbye, Sue.
All right. Now, let's go declare war. And I take Dylan and walk out of the bubble.
Okay. Once you guys are moving out of the bubble, the temperature is rising rapidly. It's not being let in just as one big woomph. In fact, you can just through your unaided visuals through the goggles of the helmet, you can see where the heat is coming in kind of tears and rips in the bubble. And as the bubble is collapsing, you see the suit that was holding it waver and flicker a little bit, and then it seems to fade into the heat. It's just a short jaunt back to your cage.
Box, not a cage. A box.
Your box.
Coffin.
Coffin. Our
Yeah.
coffin.
Yeah, I
It's
feel like
easy
me and Jai are on the same page here.
it's easy to close it back up. The smiley face has burned to crispy ash, which is disturbed and unsettled when the door to the coffin box cage closes, giving you a very macabre little smiley face. The storm doesn't get much better though. In fact, it gets a little bit even more unpredictable as Zoe and Charlie are descending.
Great.
Oh no.
You've got a couple of minutes before Zoe and Charlie actually get back down to the planet. Are Jai and Android or anybody up on the ship engage in anything?
Just pretty much what I put in discussion.
I want to know what happened. Like, we got your side of it, but wait, no shit, I'm flying. I don't have time to interrogate people.
And Meowkin, I did answer that was the indeed. Yes, you can.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay, good. So
As soon as
Zoe's
we
too
get back
focused
up
on
to the-
flying.
Yeah.
Look,
I'll-
it's gotten much more difficult than my skill level probably is at.
That's why you're having to make checks.
I mean, I'm level 1, but that's still, like, I don't generally fly through storms. As a matter of fact, I think part of my piloting skill is being like, hey, look, that's a storm, let's not fly into it.
It's a reasonable response.
Yeah.
No, sorry, was Nemesis saying something?
No, not.
Okay. Alright, the ship is, or the cargo lighter is, approaching. Let's go ahead and get that pilot skill check from Zoe. and this can be aided. This was part of the plan.
Ooh, I should
Before
probably
you
re-roll
reroll,
that. Okay.
let's go ahead and see if Nemesis's plan assists you.
I don't know if I planned for that, but yeah, let's go ahead and try it.
Oh no, this was part of the plan. Coming back down,
Yeah.
you
Yeah, that's
weren't sure what to expect if anything would change. You weren't entirely certain what the atmosphere was going to be like coming down in a tiny little cargo lighter to begin with. Although your models predicted it fairly well. That does give you a +1 and does give you a success
Oh, okay, cool.
because of the plan.
Yeah, I thought about a couple of eventualities.
So you were the reason I was running those crazy simulations about like giant fucking storm. God. All right, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Nemesis's plan prepared you for this, and got
Let's
you to play a VR MMO, which you may have thought had no relevance to anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I very much did not. I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
So now y'all need to get me a whole like stationary VR setup, or actually just get a whole room dedicated to it. You know, see, it's useful.
We don't. We can't be
Some
one
sort
of
of
those.
holodeck.
Oh.
Yeah, we need a holodeck.
we can't give you one of those, but we can put you in the cryopod.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
All right. The cargo lighter successfully lands, rather than bumping into the crate. Attaches quickly as alarms are continuing to blare at you, and lifts off from the planet.
Sweet.
All right.
You're able to make it back to the ship all in one relative piece. The lighter and your container, if you want to reuse it, will both need some repairs, but it's just part of normal maintenance stuff, so I'm not assigning any particular cost to it.
Okay.
Just know that the lighter will need to be repaired before you can use it again. That's your cost, is you can't use it until you repair it.
Gotcha. And we're gonna need a workshop for that, or is that something that I can?
That's something that your workshop is sufficient for.
Okay, cool.
It's basically just gonna take some time. You're gonna have to spend a day on it.
Yeah. Okay.
The container is declamped or unclamped from the lighter.
I walk out and put on like my asbestos oven mitts and open the door. I put on regular gloves and then put on the asbestos,
Well, right, that's how you
Okay.
do it.
Yeah.
Safety
I'm
first.
not crazy. Yeah. And I let them out. So
Great. How much of a paste are we?
The ride back was definitely worse than the ride down. Like, astronomically worse. You're very fortunate that those seatbelts somehow survived the excruciating heat that they were subjected to when the crate was opened.
Yeah.
that's
Jai is
just
also
getting-
grateful he was wearing an assault suit.
Uh-huh.
I imagine it is worse for Dylan.
Yeah. Definitely. Dylan needs some time to recover, not only from the jostling, but he seems to be particularly affected by this experience.
Yeah, all of this sounds more like a meat suit problem to me.
Wait, I open the door and I say, "Is anybody alive in there?"
Yeah. Now, would you please get Dylan off of me? He's kind of. It looks like he might be throwing up in his helmet. I really don't want more of that.
You know, if you leave it on, he'll be sealed in with it. This is better than it being everywhere else.
Disgusting. All right,
Presumably
moving
he's-
on.
Presumably, it's taken off at some point, though.
Yeah,
in the
we can
shower.
we can put the vomitorious jokes kind of behind the curtain.
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right.
It's okay as a reference when it makes sense, but I do prefer we don't continue in that same direction with them.
Yes. That is. Yeah, I agree with that. Anyway, let's.
Just a quick comment. You could have prevented that if you would have followed my advice with Dylan.
I'm not speaking to Walter right now.
Walter getting homicidal.
Right.
I mean, are we
well, he
speaking
might
to
be able-
Walter right now? Or which personality are we talking to?
Well, you might be able to indulge the homicidal everything soon enough. So, let's head over to the bridge so I can sit down and try to explain everything that just happened. It was a lot.
Okay. We go to the bridge. Can we, instead of the bridge, could we go to the mess room maybe? Kind of hungry.
Hey, Jai, you relayed the information about what some person the evil person, whatever you want to call him, right?
The I don't know, whatever you want to call him, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, I was just curious. I wanted to see if I was gonna put up on a big display screen the image of Mr. Bearman to see if it mattered. Since once you get back on the ship.
Well, where do you guys want to have this kind of informal debrief? Do you want to go to the bridge, or is Zoe's suggestion of going to the mess?
Although I thought about it for a second, and if Dylan's going to the med bay, shouldn't the doctor be going to the med bay? In which case,
Nah.
brief in the med bay.
Your auto dock at the med bay is sufficient just for his needs. It'll alert Jai if there's anything that requires his attention.
Okay. Then anywhere is fine with me. I don't really care.
Mess hall's as good a place as any, right?
Yep.
It's not like it's a large crew.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we went to the mess hall. So yes, I mentioned the vision of the man who is planning, I guess what I would call the wide-scale plundering of Sue Prime.
Okay, and at this point, at a dramatic moment, I hold up my data pad with the picture. Is this the man?
Is it the man?
It is.
Is it, dear, how the hell did you? Well, yes.
Come on,
that's him.
stereotypical man, obviously investing in militarized suits. Come on. So tacky.
Well, color me impressed.
Do the rest of us get to know who he is?
So it's
And I'm
Mr.
saying
Bearman.
that in character to you, Nemesis.
Yeah, it's Mr. Bearman. You know, the one that was funding the ceramic suit stuff right before or right after, well, around the time Danny Edwards. You know, we discovered the weapons on the ceramic suit.
Okay,
Stereotypical evil guy move.
fair.
just
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
So we are the good guys if we assassinate him, and the world is the universe is safe?
No, the universe will
somehow
not
I
be
doubt-
saved by
Yes.
any of this. No.
And
But
also
the
somehow
planet
I
might
doubt
be.
us killing somebody is gonna make us the good guys in the eyes of
Well,
anybody
It
other
might
than
not make
ourselves.
it might not make us the bad guys, but we don't necessarily need to kill him.
Yeah.
Also, we
could
should tell
kidnap
him, please don't do what you were going to do, and that's it.
No,
There was-
I mean we could kidnap him.
There was further detail provided later on, right? That was something with the the Trinita Fade, Trinita shape.
Yes, but that's unrelated to the evil bad man.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought that was somehow related to the planet.
Well, no, it's related to us. I believe that. Well, according to the Sioux, our condition was not caused by a psychic tampering. I
That is
believe.
what I've been saying all along.
Yes,
Because
you
that is
are an android and are not affected by that. It makes sense. Well, somewhat. I believe that at least for the humans, our condition may be caused by an apocryphal piece of technology said to have been possessed by the Trin before their fall. Something capable of removing the memories from a person, making them free for you to view while completely erasing their mind, leaving no trace, and yet leaving the mind undamaged.
Well, that sounds familiar.
But what happened to the android?
Uh,
the same thing that happened to you. My data was taken and probably can be viewed by anyone who wants to.
right.
just like
The
me.
android's actually a simpler explanation. They are an android.
Well, have you asked these mighty beings whether there is backup data somewhere?
There might be. It's possible. We'd need to be able to find, I guess, the source of the technology first, and then find whoever got a hold of it, and whoever has it now. As such, I believe our best course might be to head to Trinita. Trinita Shade or Fade, one of the two. Some clue may be present there that we could use to trace whoever took this from us.
Cool.
All right.
But for the time being, we're still here. So,
Let's get the locked storage open.
let's get ready to start the Raza's War again.
By the way, do we call the ship still Raza or Anastasia from now on?
I thought we were calling it the Leaf.
Pretty sure it's
Designation.
currently the Leaf officially, but
Oh, okay.
you can call it whatever you want.
Well, since we have now a Russian crew, I think Anastasia fits more.
I'm liking the Azure Star.
I mean, at some point we're probably gonna go through all these names. So
Roz is pretty badass.
yeah, I'm gonna call it the Raza just so it's not confusing to
Yeah,
people.
I agree with that. Let's just call it the Raza.
Yeah, let's call it in public the Raza. Where
You're
we were...
about-
What?
Oh my god!
Look, did you miss the part where we're going to take, or to declare basically open war on the corporations yet again.
And is there any real chance someone's not going to recognize the ship with how infamous y'all?
Yeah, I think we should probably just embrace it at this point.
Good.
The last
Well,
colony
since
we
we are-
visited thought the Raza were lizards.
Well, since we are only one ship, I would have assumed that we would more prefer the guerrilla tactics and not an open fight.
I mean, we are going to use guerrilla tactics. You are the
Also-
guerrilla.
Also, if you're going to declare war on people, maybe you should have weapons. Just throw it out.
I do have a question though. Why do you want to declare war? You could just call the culture government and tell them
Tell them what.
that they're going to be
what is
doing
going
this.
to happen and who's going to do it. Let them take
But-
care of it.
With
They
what
have
proof?
weapons.
All right, I'm not really sure how that's going to help.
How do you, the culture government, so far as I'm aware, is behind this. Mr. Bearman just happens to be. Was he actually like a high-ranking member or like?
Yeah, my impression that. Hold on, Mr. Bearman is a member of the culture government, correct?
That's
Dexter?
correct.
I'm not sure what rank he is out of character. Do I know in character?
Yes, you should. He's fairly high up there. He's not one of the chief officers or the one of the chiefs or sub chiefs. But he I failed to adequately define exactly where he is somehow. Bad GM.
Huh.
So
But he is high up
just so
there.
I'm clear, they were saying he was where we should start to find out who's, or were they saying that he's the one doing it?
Well, he was the one that increased the funding for the weaponizing the suit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the one who believes he can pull this off now, and the Sioux believe he has the means to do so now.
Okay, so he is the head bad guy. Like, we're not going through layers here.
That is what the Sioux seem to indicate,
Okay.
I think.
Also, oh dang it, I forgot what I was gonna ask. Oh, did you have a time? Did they have any sort of time frame for this?
They were very urgent, but they didn't specify an exact time.
Just to get back to your thought of kidnapping him, so you suggest we kidnap him and torture him so that he changes his mind, or what
Well-
would be better in your opinion than killing him?
Personally, I don't care. I'm just saying it might be quieter. We could strand him on a distant farm world for all I care.
Look, it's much faster and quieter to get a sniper shot off from a distance.
In
Bang!
the enclosed,
That's it.
In the enclosed tunnels of culture.
Maybe we could do this without assassinating a government official.
Now, I have no problems assassinating a government official, but the question is, what's the best way to do this?
If we could find proof of his intentions, we could take it to names escape me, the CEO. We have a little bit of a relationship. We might be able to expand that into, I don't know,
Thing.
her doing work for us. I know,
but if
Walter,
we-
you really want to kill somebody, but maybe we could do this without killing somebody.
No, it's not about me wanting to kill someone, but it's the thought that probably we'll need much more time for kidnapping him, or even for to find evidence to get him convicted. It will cost us too much time, and since we know that it's urgent, the risk is higher that we won't stop whatever is going to happen if we will go the path that you suggest.
That's not necessarily the case.
Yeah, I can't know that, but you can't neither.
Well, we can't really know anything. Does it have his address listed in his profile?
It does not. It has a business address, an office address, and that's it.
All right. To clarify, well,
I'd
Walter,
just like you to be clear that your decision is putting countless lives at risk.
Walter,
So
if,
maybe
if
because of that, you
Walter,
will be responsible.
Walter, if we make a sudden strike, there's the very likely chance that no one will listen to us, and we will be gunned down by all of the actual police of culture.
There's also the chance that that this whole plan thing may not be solely his. He just happens to be the main catalyst for it. But it could still go on without him.
Now
Just to throw it on a ridge end.
we need to move quickly, but with certainty, I guess. Ugh, God. I'm sorry, I didn't sleep much last night at all, so I'm a little off. Give me one moment.
Yeah, I was wondering why you were up at 7:30. 7:30 my time.
Because I work nights, and normally my bedtime is 1 hour before our game starts.
Oh, so there was no sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a trooper.
I believe in you.
Okay. Fuck. All right, so understanding that we will probably be killed ourselves and be unlikely to accomplish much if we move for a direct assassination, it seems our best bet is to instead move as quickly as we can, attempt to break into his to whatever offices or home he has, collect whatever evidence we can, and take it to the director of culture. Barring that, assassination should be
Plan B.
plan
C?
B. C.
E. Like, knowing our plans, we should probably put it lower.
All right, we'll keep it around plan B or C, and then we'll put just kidnapping and using him as a hostage to get off planet on there too.
Yeah, I mean, how long has it been since we heisted? Like a day?
They might not be
yeah.
aware they might not be aware of our guilt yet.
Yeah, it hasn't even well, you
Hasn't
did
even been a day.
that early on in the current day, if it's midnight right now. So it's
they
been
might-
about.
We probably want some sleep here soon too, though. So you know.
You probably do.
We're RPG.
I mean, I'm a night. I'm a night owl. I mean, Nemesis is clearly going to be a night owl. I mean, that's just a stereotype right there.
I'm sure I can synthesize something to keep us awake. I think we should move as quickly as possible. Under the circumstances, they might not know we stole the ceramic suit as of yet. And if they don't, they'll know soon. So
Would they have had eyes on our descent down to this planet surface?
No, because we did it on the far side, remember?
No, we didn't, since we were in visible range of culture.
Yeah, I
yeah.
had set it just a little bit off from the culture. If that was my misunderstanding, then I apologize. But you guys didn't. Basically, there's no time passage for going from where you were to the other side of the planet.
Yeah, I assumed we were doing this on the other side of the planet so they couldn't shoot at it if they decided they didn't like what we were doing.
And also in the event that we take the Raza down.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might have been part of an earlier plan.
I do seem to remember that being mentioned, but I don't know.
we made a big deal out of it.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
what is the consensus on that? Do you want to have been on the other side of the planet, or at least completely out of viewing distance of culture?
Well, that's what the android would have suggested in order to basically bring the ship down, or to go down regardless without any interference.
Yeah, I would have definitely been a proponent of not doing this right next to culture. That seems crazy.
Okay. Then it's much later for you guys. Point to point within a region is 6 hours of travel. Divided by spike drive, so I guess that's only actually 2 extra hours.
So it's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
I
So
would go
the
with about
next
2
day?
or 3.
Okay.
All right. I think we should get down and call up Eddie.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to go down to call up Eddie. We can call him from here, but he's probably asleep.
Worth calling him anyway.
Yeah, I think we definitely need to feel out what the situation is down there in regards to reaction to heist.
Well, no, I mean he'll probably also know where Bearman lives.
There you go.
Hey.
He is jointly employed by both Union and SOS.
Hey, when we mention Bearman, do the miners have any reaction?
They're not
Do they-
present right now. The only one of the miners that is present is Charlie.
Well, and Ivan, he's cooking, right? Alexi
We are in the
and
mess
Elena.
hall.
At
Yeah.
2 or 3 in the morning.
Look, man, this is
No,
space time.
I assume they have shifts. Like some of them are. We want someone awake at all hours, basically.
Yeah. So okay, so Ivan's asleep. All right.
Yeah,
Because if-
Ivan is due to get up in 2 or 3 hours to start cooking breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well then, let's call up Eddie, figure out what the situation is and where Bearman lives, and then get down there as soon as possible.
Okay. Yeah, I'll call Eddie.
All right. Do you guys? It's 1 o'clock. It's a little bit after 1. Do you guys want to take a break right here?
Sure. Hey, it's afternoon
we have
now.
to.
I can have a beer.
All right, so we're saying it's 2 hours space to get back around to culture, right?
Yes.
All right. I was gonna say Nemesis.
I mean, we
probably
could do it faster.
maybe not. Maybe don't raise as many more alarms.
There wouldn't be any alarms.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take a 15-minute break. You've already used one of those minutes, so come back at 1:25 Pacific.
Nice. What can I say except you're welcome?
Let's dive back in, and I've got a special treat for you guys. As you're bringing Raza back around to culture, you intercept this communication.
Two
Die,
prototype suits have been
motherfuckers.
stolen from government laboratories in a bold public heist. These suits, developed for the safety and security of hard-working union miners,
Boy, I can't wait
had
for
just been
communication.
finished and were in the final approval phase for mass production and deployment. Officials are on the lookout for 2 persons of interest, a girl with long red hair and a physical model android with blonde hair tied in a bun. Please report any information to a Jotun or culture guard near
So
you.
how bad are y'all gonna feel if it's like Eddie?
You're talking over the communication.
Oh yeah, you have to have Roll20 audio enabled to have heard the communication.
Oh my god.
I have discovered this wonderful feature that on a site that I'm subscribed to that does text to audio very well.
Yeah, it sounded exactly like a BBC report.
Boy, howdy! I wish I knew what it was.
Would you like me to play it again?
Play the quote. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
It's definitely. I think it's Roll20 is not working for me. Oh, here we go.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start up a track for you just to make sure that you can hear something.
No, I realized it was my Chrome block.
Okay. Can you hear a very subtle background noise?
Yeah, I hear it now.
All right, great.
It's Chrome trying to be helpful.
Yeah, trying. Here you go.
2 prototype suits have been stolen from government laboratories in a bold public heist. These suits, developed for the safety and security of hard-working union miners, had just been finished and were in the final approval phase for mass production and deployment. Officials are on the lookout for 2 persons of interest, a girl with long red hair and a physical model android with blonde hair tied in a bun. Please report any information to a Jotun or culture guard near you.
To a, I'm sorry, to a Joe Turn?
Jotun.
Jotun. Gotcha. Yep,
Uh-huh.
the police guys. That's right.
Did they say 2 suits were stolen? We only got 1.
Dun, dun,
I
dun.
know. Peculiar, isn't it? I'm pretty sure Dexter knows we only got 1 suit.
Yep, I'm almost, yeah, and I was saying that in character. I understand
okay.
what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, probably they claimed the second was stolen to get the insurance.
Hey, we still have the plans for the suits, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, let's just broadcast that shit.
Except those suits don't. Those plans don't include the militarization, do they?
They
No.
do not.
Yeah, even
So-
better.
What does? Oh, I guess like make this information publicly available so they can produce their own.
Yeah,
Kinda
because they're
deal.
trying to say that we're fucking over the little man. When nah,
Mhm.
I mean maybe we are, but if we
Um,
make it public, then
I
they
mean,
can just...
they'd still need the ceramic material for that, and that's kind of difficult to acquire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that would still, and I think sharing the information about the militarization of the suit would be. That would be more in our favor. It's like, yeah, the little man doesn't need a infinite laser pistol or whatever.
Well, now hold on. It is the right of any free galactic citizen to go around heavily armed with a thermal pistol.
Not on
It-
those.
Why?
I
You weren't using them anyways.
We'll say if we broadcast the plans, they might be able to track that back to us.
I'm sure I could set something up. Particularly if we get on the planet, you could use just something like a delayed broadcast from a device. But of course, that would require getting back on planet. Now, when you say trace back to us, you mean like so they can track where our ship is, or figure out
Yeah.
that it's from us?
Yeah, to find out where the ship is.
Is there any way you could like drop a beacon on the planet to delay broadcasts? I mean, I guess the nature of the planet probably means that won't work. So maybe not.
Now, that being said, they are currently only looking for
Zoe and Android.
correct. So the rest of us could go down without any
I mean, yeah.
minimal attention. Why don't we send down
Are they not known as members of the Raza?
No, we definitely like I paid for everything. They know who.
No, they know me and Walter are with you. They don't know Charlie, Nemesis, or Alexei are with us.
Well, we did all leave together, so
We did, but they might not realize it yet.
Is there, Dexter? Is there anything I can get? Like, I don't suppose there's any information I can access via the wireless. By illicit.
No, Culture isn't. Culture isn't actually broadcasting. Sorry, does not have wireless extending above. The reason that you got this broadcast is because it's a standard news broadcast that is, broadcast out to any ships in the area to be carried on beyond the system.
Okay.
Your ship
So
will
it's
technically
just
carry this
broadcast.
into other systems as well. And I'm sorry, I was talking over your question.
No, that's fine. That pretty much answers it. It's purely broadcast. There's not like anything else to receive from
Yeah, no,
or nothing to dig into in it.
there's no network that you can connect to out here. What do you guys want to do?
I mean, I'm happy to stay up here on the ship while you guys go do stuff. I'll work on the lighter. Do some repairs around the place.
Would it be possible for us to get again back on the surface to talk again to the two?
Not without the lighter. And that seemed like that caused quite the disturbance on the planet. I don't know how frequently
No,
we're
I
willing
mean-
to do that.
You can get a courtesy shuttle as long as they are cool.
What would you want to ask them?
Not ask, not at least not a question. My idea was to ask them for a favor to cause distraction in form of a show where they again cause even more traumatic experience for the viewers, so the people are distracted and we could do whatever we easier get done whatever we would plan then, because probably the officials and most of the tourists would be kind of yeah.
Didn't they lock down all that? To
Last you
prevent
heard,
anyone
yes.
from... Yeah, they locked all that down so no one can see the Sioux anyway.
Oh, okay. Oh, it wasn't said when this lockdown would be.
No, it was until further notice, until we can guarantee your safety, basically.
Okay. It was just an idea.
That's fine. Uh. Yeah, I think...
Contact with
I don't think we're hearing everything you're saying, Xander.
we should get in contact with Eddie.
When you guys are back in position, you can do so now.
Is it still like 4 o'clock in the morning?
No, now it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so he might actually be awake, or at least I'd feel less bad about waking him up.
Yeah, actually, it should be more like 5:30, but that's close enough.
Sure.
Ivan is in the mess, cooking up something that smells pretty good.
Hey. Cool.
Yeah, so let's contact Eddie and see how the situation is and whether his connections might tell us whether they are just looking for the two suspects or also us.
Okay.
Ask him where Behrman lives. We really need to have that information.
Okay. I call Eddie.
All right. You hear the sound of a car in the background, hover vehicle.
Yeah, he's already working.
He's already working.
Hey Eddie, what's up?
Who? Oh, is this You guys were Zoe to him, right?
Yep.
Okay. Is this Zoe? Yeah.
Yep. Hey Eddie, how's it going?
Yeah, you guys are still around. I thought you left.
Well, things get complicated. We just wanted to check up on you, see how you're doing,
Everything
see how
is
things were going down on the planet.
everything is great.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to know a Mr. Behrman, would you?
Uh, yeah, the mining guy, right?
Yeah.
Well, sure. Most of us know him around here.
And then what else? But there hasn't been any trouble for you?
No, no. Should I be expecting any kind of trouble?
No. I just wanted to make sure. Sometimes people get the wrong ideas, and I just like to check up on my friend.
What are you holding back on me, Zoe? What did you guys get me into?
Well, you've probably heard about the. You're by yourself right now, yeah?
Well, no, no. I'm you know, working. Vroom vroom.
Yep.
You can tell
Well,
he's
let's
trying
just
to
say
be a
that.
little bit discreet in his words.
Yeah. I have some friends that are going to be coming down. Maybe you could make yourself available as their driver.
Yeah, sure. Are you able to call into dispatch and do this
Make it
all
official.
official?
We'd like to keep it on the DL.
He coughed. I suppose I could be, coming down with something here. You hear somebody in the background saying, "Are you okay up there?" You hear
It'll be a couple. It'll be a couple hours. Will it be a couple hours? I don't know. Timing on this is something Zoe would know, but I don't really.
Well, it really kind of depends on what you guys want. You can call up a courtesy shuttle to take your friends down, and your actually a couple hours is a pretty good estimate. Your previous experience with that was pretty quick for them to get to you, but then they take a scenic route getting down.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, it would be a couple hours, but would you be available?
Yeah, I'll make some arrangements.
Cool. And they would be able to more accurately inform you of the circumstances.
Sounds intriguing. More material for my book.
Yeah. Is there anything else we want to talk to him about? Oh yeah. So he knows of Behrman. Do you know where his house is?
No, I don't think I do.
Do you know where he works?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He's over in the government sector.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So my friends will be in contact with you.
Okay.
And we'll make sure you're well compensated.
It's not for me, you understand. This is all going to
Yeah,
Adria.
no, it's for your daughter, of course.
Yeah.
You're a good father. And I don't. It sounds like I'm saying it sarcastically, meaning Xander, but Zoe means it honestly.
Okay.
Yeah,
he agrees to pick up whoever you send down.
Cool. All right.
Ask you how many
managed
people, because there was a little bit of a tight fit previously.
Yeah, shoot. Well, it's not going to be me and the android, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3. We'll send Charlie down with him.
Okay.
And that way.
So.
Yeah, I have changed my hair.
Charlie getting shoved onto a shuttle again.
Look, man. you gotta speak up if you don't want to be involved in the shenanigans.
Wait, I'm sorry. Which three are going down then?
Oh, I guess Jai could go too. So 4. I was sorry. I was trying to do in my math. Everybody but me and the android.
6
But I get-
minus 2.
I guess yeah. I guess the android could go too.
All right, he'll
they're-
he'll bring around an SUV.
Yeah, and
yeah.
I mean, they're in the android. They said with her hair in a bun, so all she has to do is let her hair down.
I'm not sure that's physically possible.
I mean, by that logic, you could just put Zoe's hair up in a bun.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, she was identified by her color, not style, but
Shouldn't you be able to change
Oh,
your color?
Actually, yeah, is that real? They don't even have pictures because I should probably be concerned with a girl with red hair.
Yeah, but yours is dyed, so just like undye it, right?
I don't think it works that way. I mean, I could bleach it or something, but I don't know if I don't. Do you guys have hairdressing supplies and like hair
Yes.
coloring supplies?
Yep.
We have a doctor. He will be able to get something.
No, I very
Wait, and-
specifically bought what are they called? Fucking a kit for hair dye.
But I mean, in that case, couldn't Zoe just do the same?
Yeah, but I got
Cleaning
stuff
supplies.
to
There's
do up
bleach
here on
in
the.
there.
I got stuff to do up here on the ship.
I guess. But I mean, what colors do you have available? I could go for blue.
At the time I bought them, I'm pretty sure we didn't say. So whatever color you'd like.
These were bought on Henry Station, right?
Yeah, the like hygienic stuff.
Yeah, you've got natural colors there. On SOS, in Culture,
But-
you saw much more extravagant colors.
Are you saying blue is not a natural color?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I mean, you could do like a silver, like the gray, but like your hair's kind of silvery.
No, I'll
Like
just
an
go
old
with
lady?
like I'll just go with like a natural looking blonde.
Heck, you can even get glowing streaks in your hair down in Culture.
Cool.
they don't last forever.
They don't.
Don't fall for it. Good tourist trap.
Now, can I potentially insert maybe a gene or two to make their hair bioluminescent?
No, but you could do it to their faces.
That mole you always hated and you wanted it removed? Well, now I've made it glow.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's the most prominent feature you have.
But it doesn't look like a mole anymore.
You're
More
right.
like a mushroom.
It's a radiated mushroom.
You're welcome. That'll be 300,000 credits.
Yes, the android would go and switch hairstyles and hair colors.
Okay. Yeah, you guys have the necessary cosmetic stuff, gear, toolkits, however you want to put it, to achieve natural hair colors. And I'm only making that restriction because you didn't give any other indication other than hygiene
Yeah,
products.
I didn't get
and stuff.
specific colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, hygiene products.
Yeah.
And on Henry Station, you know, that actually would have been, you would have needed to seek that out. Henry Station is much more conservative. Here, if you said you bought hygiene products from here, I would probably say the opposite, that there are no natural hair colors. If you wanted black, you're out of luck. You've got purple, and it glows.
Well, while I'm down there, I'll have to get some.
Okay.
I don't have any money. Can I get some money? It's for important purposes.
I have given out all the cred sticks that I had. Because I didn't realize we were going to add more people when I got the cred sticks, so I didn't get enough. I'm sorry. Just ask Walter. He'll buy them for you. Walter, buy some stuff for him. For Nemesis.
Walter, you're muted.
Yeah.
No, I won't.
Pretty please. Look, if I'm
Walter?
dyeing my hair for y'all, I should be able to dye it whatever color I want after I get back.
Yeah, be a deer.
We could just shave your head.
No.
Or there's this new invention. They're called hats. You could wear one.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could wear one to shove all my hair up there. Again, that still works as always, but you know, whatever.
Look, I have important business to do up on the ship.
No, I'll dye my hair black. But come on, Walter, come on. It'll just be a few credits, I swear.
The thing is that it's my last money for the month.
Yeah, but the month is almost over.
Yeah,
Also-
but
Also, while you're down there, if you guys could pick up some more cred sticks, so I could pay, the rest of our crew. Does the rest of our crew have cred sticks?
Let's say that they have their own cred sticks. Yes.
Okay, good.
In fact, just to kind of make this easier, do you all want your own cred sticks? Would Charlie
Probably.
and Nemesis have cred sticks?
I would imagine.
I
yeah,
want cubes.
But I
Out of
spent all my
character, I have
resources on my
lots
starter
of
kit.
cred sticks.
Yes, that's right. Remember that cubes are genetically traced to you, linked to you. So only talking to Charlie and or Nox and Meowkin here. So if either your characters want a cube, they can make transactions with cubes instead of just being, on the receiving end of them.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, so you can still make purchases with it. It's just
Yes.
has to be done with the cube, against the cube, essentially.
Well,
They can
yeah,
both
you
receive-
can.
They can both receive and spend and transfer funds to a cube.
Yeah,
Receive from a cube and transfer to a cube.
yeah. The only difference, the primary difference, is that
But
the
they can't
cube can
generate.
create a transaction, whereas the cred stick has to react to
It
a
requires-
transaction that something else has
yes.
created.
It requires a cube basically to interact with.
Yeah.
But most stores have cubes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's like having a credit card reader.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I would definitely want to have one. So does that mean that the funds and all that would be traceable back to each cube? I guess.
Mhm.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's the advantage of cred sticks, is they're pretty much anonymous.
Oh, so the credit, so it's no longer trackable from the cred stick.
That's technically not true. It is still tracked because all of the data is included in a blockchain, but it's not genetically linked to you. So
Yeah,
really,
it's linked to
Okay.
the stick.
yeah, it's the data is linked to that transaction, which is attached to the
Okay.
blockchain, and the exchange of light doesn't actually get this data until the cred stick is turned in or refreshed, essentially.
Gotcha. So it's not easy. It's not easy to track. Presumably, even if it was, it would be the exchange of light would be. It's encrypted, so only the exchange of light would probably be able to have access.
Yeah,
And presumably they keep that information confidential.
the exchange of light is very protective of their
a lot of-
reputation. Yes.
Yeah, their reputation is based on trust of their system.
Mhm.
That makes perfect sense to me. Okay, yeah, I mean, can I get a cred stick and a little, just a few credits?
Nemesis can already have a cred stick, and let's say that she's got 6 credits on it.
Cool.
I put
That's-
10,000 credits on there.
It now
Cool.
has 10,006 credits on it.
Charlie?
I was just like,
I also put 10,000 credits on Charlie's.
Okay.
For hazard pay for coming with me down to the...
All right. I'll have that on a blank that I had.
Does Walter literally say, "What about me"? You already
Yes.
got your pay for the month. Suck it up, Buttercup. You want more allowance? You got to do more chores.
Yes, about that. I did just endanger my life to a flaming horrible death for the rest of you.
Uh-huh.
I don't actually care though, so whatever.
I mean, have you spent any of your previous 10,000? Like, come on, man.
No.
That does remind me. Out of character, just a question about how much would a cred stick cost?
Credit sticks themselves are typically issued.
10,000 credits.
Can be issued for free. There's no real
Okay.
cost attached to them.
Although
Okay.
when we tried to get one on Henry Station, they asked for a genetic
That is
thing, and then
because
they wouldn't let me have any more.
Because at that time, cred sticks were the credit cubes, and
Yeah,
were
yeah, that's
genetically
right.
linked to you.
That's
The
right.
Cred
Okay.
sticks didn't exist in that day and age.
Yeah, of 35 days ago, exactly.
Exactly.
And credit cubes
jeez.
are more restricted. If Exchange of Light already has a cube registered to a person in their system, they're very disinclined to issue another one.
Yeah. And they said I had like 3, right?
I don't
I think
remember how many they said.
You had
Oh.
one. Yeah, I know you
They-
had
they-
one before, and then you got one for that lockbox.
Well, yeah. They said I had too many, is what the lady said, I think.
And that, so after that, you've gotten another one since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, some strings may have been pulled in your family or by your family.
Ropes. Yeah.
So your new goal is to get as many as possible, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure your family just has a thing for cubes.
Yeah, like you can't build a cube fort without at least a few cubes.
We go to March, and the family palace visible from orbit.
It's
Is
made
just
out
a-
of cube.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it would be a Minecraft.
Look, resistance is futile, all right?
All right. So let's get back into the scene here. What exactly are you guys doing? You've just secured transportation with Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
Are you calling up a courtesy shuttle to take some members back down?
Before they do that, I leave the bridge. I'm gonna go work on the lighter.
Okay. All
'Cause
right.
I don't want to be in the room if they're calling government people.
Sure. What about Android then?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try to call up a courtesy shuttle, see what happens.
Okay. Is Android on the bridge?
The
No.
android is going to deal with the hair.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it'll take some time to dye my hair, so I probably won't be up there.
Okay. Well, anybody that wants to be on the bridge during this call can be, unless Jai says otherwise.
Maybe the android
Get
will let us
out,
in.
all of you. No, this is fine.
It's a very personal conversation.
um, excuse me, one moment. It's not an in-depth conversation with basically the shuttle control. You're just asked how many people are coming down, and if you'd like to upgrade to the Peerless experience.
That'll be fine, thank you. No, or no, thank you. That'll be fine.
Okay. Where did we put those prices? Oh yeah, basic package, 100 credits a day per person.
All right, sure. I'll pay 400 credits, I think.
It's only 50 for androids.
Oh, 450 then.
350. No, wait, we're not bringing an android, are we?
Yeah, the android's going.
Oh, okay.
She's
that's-
dyeing her hair.
Yeah.
I believe that's 5 of us, so that's 450.
Okay. They tell you that the transaction will be, completed by the shuttle operator,
All right.
and give you an estimate of about 30 minutes.
All right.
So who all is going down? Is it literally everyone except for Zoe?
Yep.
Everyone except Zoe.
And presumably the NPC crew.
Right.
All right. Now, Remind me, did they have like any like actual security checkpoints or any scanners or anything like that to check for weapons?
The shuttle operator denied Walter his pipe. Would not let him bring on that on the shuttle. So there was at least that visual inspection.
Just a question. If I would put the dragon stick that I have got back in the box and make it look like it's still sealed,
That will be
can
very
I take it
difficult
down?
because Android ripped the box open.
Would it be possible to fix the box to look it like it's still sealed?
Yes, but it will be very difficult.
Also, we did not bring the pieces of the box.
That makes it even more difficult. So they're scattered around your hotel room.
Don't tell me we would have to buy a new weapon if you would want one. But I'll take my nice shaped stick.
Okay. And I don't remember describing it the first time you went down, but yes, there is a more in-depth scan once you're on the planet.
Okay.
Customs.
Essentially, yeah. You do still have to go through a security checkpoint before you're allowed into the tourist area, where presumably nobody else is armed either. Except for staff.
Yeah. And that's what
people
we're
who
worried
bought
about.
drag sticks.
Alright.
I suppose I'll leave the laser pistol last time I'll smoke it on the planet in my room.
You could leave it in the armory if you want.
No, it's gonna stay in my room.
Okay.
Speaking of rooms, would now be a decent time to kind of segue or just tangent into the rooms that your former second in command explored but never actually really told anyone much about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Okay. Let's also talk about the ship and captaining real quick. I'm for the sake of just expedited play until you guys decide on what mechanic you want. I'm willing to kind of hand wave that you're all the bridge crew are allowed onto the bridge, and all the bridge crew are allowed access to the controls. That 104 did not lock anything out. She left everything open. Just, basically if you can access the bridge, then you can access whatever controls you want to access. It's a very unsafe condition for a ship. Normally you want the tactics officer to only do tactics. You don't want him to be able to do anything with the spike drive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bad position to be in permanently. But for the moment, are you guys okay as players with that being how your ship is currently situated?
Well, there's one little problem with that.
What's that?
She left before we hired.
Yes, then that's where the hand waving comes in.
She basically just left the keys in the ignition when she left.
Mm-hmm.
what you're
And you
saying.
will have to. That is something that you will have to take care of. A challenge that you'll have to overcome when you do want to hire a regular captain, because the way it is, you can't really change it without the captain's permission or without some, without
hacking.
hacking and other options too.
Well, my only question is how would it work with interlink?
Shouldn't affect interlink. Can you be more specific?
Basically locking the android out. Which the captain always had the ability to do.
Right. I think what I would say is that the captain's console is the only one that's technically not available. If you get into a ship combat, then you'll just suffer some penalty, but otherwise be able to function. but that the captain's console is the only one that's not accessible, and therefore technically the android can't be locked out of anything except the captain's console. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Your companion does specifically have a transfer of ownership section.
It does.
Yeah.
Very
but you need a
useful.
captain for that.
Well,
Actually, you need the owner
or
for
a
that.
full factory reset of internal operating systems.
Yeah, that will reset everything, including who the captain is. But if you don't go through the full factory reset, then captain and owner are two different entries. And I'll admit I haven't given enough thought to what happens when a captain just abandons a ship. That's something that
Yeah, it's definitely it's an ordeal. But rumors exist of dedicated scrapping operations that have found ways to speed up this process.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's not just the 24 hours, and it's like 2 weeks. Oh, 2 weeks per whole class for the test to make sure.
What happens when a captain just dies in battle for a military ship, and then
They would have some sort of chain of command programmed in.
Yeah.
yeah.
You mean like our Captain Mom who left us too?
I mean,
No. There's the actual captain who left us for dead in cryotubes, and then there's second in command who was called Captain Mom because I don't know reasons. It was funny at the time.
And then,
Zoe
and then
got it
she,
stuck in
she
her head.
abandoned us for some
Just like
reason.
Zoe's real mom.
Yeah, look, I have mom issues. What do you want?
So
But
that's
wouldn't it be reasonable that the next one in the chain would be then be captain?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, yeah.
actually the other option here is that I can say that Captain Mom did set up some change of command, or that the original captain had a captain chain of command that that Captain Mom didn't change. The reason that I didn't start with that option is it sounded like you guys didn't want any of you guys as characters, as players, to be the captain.
Hey,
Or
you
in
excluded
command.
the android. Make it the android, and everyone can rule by committee.
The android cannot be captain.
Actually, I wasn't especially against being captain.
I think everybody else was.
Yeah, we're all against Walter being captain.
I'm pretty sure we were all against any of us being captain.
I think honestly,
so.
I think it makes the most sense for it to be a chain of command thing, and then just have whoever's captain just transfer the command of the ship over to whoever we hire.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then
long as
let's
we have
go
an
with that.
official role.
That does make more sense in universe, and so I'll tell you the two options that would be, and you guys pick out of character again among them. If Captain Mom did not tamper with or readjust the chain of command once she became in command, this means that the original captain was deciding. Then captain is Jai.
Mm-hmm.
If Captain Mom did
Yeah,
tamper, then next in command is Zoe.
Captain Mom.
Would she have tampered with it? I don't know anything about her character because she never showed up.
Yeah.
Not to mention, would she have had the skill to override literally the owner in that case?
And also would like she was taking a lot of drugs from the doctor at the time. Let's just
Okay.
say what needs to be said.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which,
What do you want me to do? She kept coming to me for drugs.
Wasn't there a love story that we suspected even?
what?
yeah, that was with the pilot.
Oh, yeah,
no,
sorry.
876? No.
It's
What was
it?
713. Yeah.
24601.
Yep. A series of numbers that denote a certain individual. It was
To
the
answer
pilot.
the questions that came up, yes, she may have had the skill and knowledge to be able to reassess the chain of command, and as acting captain, yes, she would have had the authority to do so. The only thing that she could not have done would be to have made herself actual captain ahead of the actual captain.
Right. So we're still screwed if the actual captain comes back and says she wants her ship back.
Yes, you are.
Cool.
Okay.
Great. Awesome.
Well, we could find a solution then.
I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, like, I'm admittedly a biased party, but I think it makes the most sense that Jai has the captainship now.
I agree.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
No, that's fine. I don't. That's fine.
Okay. Then Jai has the captain console, whether he likes it or not.
He's not a huge fan of it, but whatever.
Okay.
When do we find out about that? Was it clear all along, or?
No,
I
this
feel
is
like-
this is kind of all coming at you guys all of a sudden. I mean, this is the first time you've been back on the ship since this all transpired. Since your Captain Mom left and left the pilot.
Okay. I have to know whether Walter will have a couple of thoughts how to get the power or not.
Oh boy.
Roll for paranoia.
In fact, this may not even be something that anybody knows immediately.
Well, here's the good news about Walter. It's that due to his focus, whenever he rolls for paranoia, it's an automatic success.
He is paranoid. All right, cool. We did it, guys.
This is something that Zoe is going to discover as she's repairing the lighter and making other investigations throughout the ship. So I'm going to share a couple of extra handouts.
Would the android know?
Yes, the android would also know. The android knows the chain of command. As part of the ship android functions, not because of Interlink
yes,
specifically.
That's
Is there any rule on ships like in Star Trek that if the captain is not capable of making decisions, he wouldn't be captain anymore?
Yeah.
You mean-
There probably are on militarized or corporate ships.
We're a little bit more informed.
Don't
Yeah,
start, Walter.
But as a ship informer, I'm pretty sure Walter can't do it by himself. I'm pretty sure those processes would involve at least a couple.
So here's the best part. You probably need like something from the doctor saying that the doctor is unqualified or unfit.
Oh
So
wow! So
truly-
that's why the doctor should never be the captain.
Exactly. Oh god, that's amazing.
Alright, Xander, I put 3 new handouts, made them available to you. If you'd like, I can throw them on your screen.
Personal notes?
Yeah, actually, I would prefer not to throw them on your screen because that would also throw them on the stream screen.
Yeah, but it's all these personal notes that just popped up in the character section.
They sure are, as well as the other quarters.
Other quarters. Is that?
It's also in the character section.
Oh, yeah. Duh. All right, cool. Thank you.
Okay, now let's get to the business of getting to the business. Your courtesy shuttle arrives. Those of you that are making cosmetic adjustments, your hair is still wet, but it's not staining anything. Unless you use
like
some high-tech blow dryer or something.
well, yes. Also, the android has closely modeled her outfit and everything to look like Switch.
Okay. Alright, so Android has also changed outfit.
So you
Anybody
went from
else?
blonde to blonde?
Yeah.
No different hair color, but the look and everything.
Oh, okay. You look like David Bowie, but not blonde.
Yes, she now looks like a ship android,
Cool.
that particular type.
I mean, she could take her normal blonde hair to the more kind of white hair that Switch has.
Yeah, that's true.
That is a recognizable difference.
Okay.
Alright. Nemesis's hair is now black. Anybody else make any cosmetic adjustments?
Jai has a completely different face.
Surprised. He looks like the previous captain.
Yeah, it turns out.
Captain Mom?
It turns out when you become the captain, you immediately metamorphosize into their form.
That, or has anyone checked the freezer lately?
Yeah,
Oh.
right. Wow. All right.
All right, I'll take that as a no.
Ivan, I guess, probably did.
Yeah, he's probably checking the freezer.
The one in the galley, not the one in the med lab.
Are any of you trying to take weapons or armor onto the shuttle? Walter's cane does not count.
I have secure clothing. That doesn't really count as armor, right?
That's correct. You're allowed to wear that.
The android puts the pistol where she has previously put it.
I don't remember
do-
where she previously put it.
Cleverly hidden behind the charging station next to the bridge.
Oh, okay. So not on her person.
Not on her person.
Okay.
Walter still has his armored undersuit and this time his stick and 2-power ASOS.
Coming prepared with the batteries.
Yeah, this shit costs every...
Okay. All right. Your courtesy shuttle operator is very pleasant, greets you, and offers you a buffet of snacks, in-flight snacks, same as last time, as well as a couple of
cookies.
drinks. Yeah, stay away from the cookies.
I back my hand away from the cookies I was reaching for.
Oh, he doesn't actually say that. He says that they're delicious.
Oh, I know, but if they said stay away from the cookies.
Stay away from the cookies. Do not touch the cookies under any circumstances.
What's so bad about the cookies?
Well, how do you feel about spending the afternoon in the hospital?
They're bad.
Okay.
They give us all food poisoning on our trip down.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
look like chocolate chip, but they're actually oatmeal raisin.
They gave you one of you food poisoning.
Alright, well that's enough to fend me off from any of the food. I think we snacked earlier
Food
anyway.
poisoning, but an allergic reaction.
Yeah, and when they say food poisoning, they mean allergic reaction. Severe allergic
yeah.
reaction.
Well, no, I just heard food poisoning. I'm gonna stay away from them. I had breakfast on the ship.
Yes, and it was a very delicious breakfast.
Yeah, Ivan. I knew
Yeah.
that hiring him was going to be a good idea.
Let's say that there's some hints of cumin, as well as some savory, bacony flavors, despite not actually having bacon.
Ivan's the best. I give my compliments to the ship.
He is very appreciative of the compliments. And you guys are underway. Your shuttle operator is very cordially, telling you what the culture has to offer. He does ask if you've been here before.
No, first time.
Then he goes through the full experience, telling you what culture has to offer, giving you tips and guides on what you can do during your stay. He does not tell you about the suit performances unless asked, and asks you what level and duration of stay you're doing. The basic package is 100 credits. Androids are only 50. That's per day, per person.
Oh, we're just doing the basic package. We're just going to visit a friend here quickly, and then depart after a day.
Okay. So then he creates a transaction on a integral cube for the shuttle. 450 credits.
Yep.
and bids you to enjoy the complimentary in-flight refreshments, but put your seatbelts on because these final moments of the descent can get a little bit boisterous. You've already experienced this and worse in the case of Charlie. So this is it's kind of a forgive me for saying, a walk in the park. And then you
You're not
finally
forgiven.
you enter one of the enclosed bunker structures, landing pads. Lets you out. You're faced with that security checkpoint, which is actually searching for any kind of weapons that you may have. And finding none, they let you through. You are here and can go off into whatever direction that you want from there.
Suppose Eddie was gonna pick us up, right?
Eddie is, that's right, Eddie is actually there and ready for you.
I suppose we pile in. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Hello, Ed. We are still not police.
Hey, you.
We would have to tell you.
Oh, I'm not a police either. I haven't been, I'm still not. You changed. You look different.
Yes.
I decided it was best not to have red hair.
Why is that?
Have you heard the news feeds at all?
No. No. My passengers just before you, or before Zoe called, grumpy silent type. She's been listening to music since then.
Good.
No,
Do not check the news.
the news has come up a couple times. Traffic, some park features. Oh! Are you talking about the new brilliant red or the so red hair? You're talking about? Is that what you're getting?
Oh yes, definitely that.
Yeah. That's you'll want to get there
I didn't
early.
want
That's going to be your rage. And what with people, not with the shows on hold temporarily. People are finding other ways to spend their time.
Yeah, I suppose I'll defer to Jai though. I mean, he's in charge. But I do really want to go shopping later. If I can't get so red, that's fine.
Yeah, it's neat. It glows red, like a red light in your hair.
Yeah, I heard that glowing stuff doesn't stay very long.
I didn't hear that.
Don't worry about it.
But is that what you came down for? That's the news?
I mean, I'm deferring to Jai now.
He looks over at Jai.
I'm sorry. I was trying to help my younger sister with her homework. What's going on?
I'm deferring to the captain now as to what we're doing here. Aside from buying hair products.
Yes, you guys have landed and are in the cab with Ed. And he doesn't seem to have heard any news, or he's not catching any references to news that he should have paid attention to. But now he's looking at Jai and asking, is that what you guys came down for? Is this new So Red hair dye that was presented on the news earlier?
Yeah, I did bring up that I changed my hair color because I was a little concerned about having red hair currently. And ask him about seeing the news feeds. He is not, apparently.
Now, hey Ed.
Yeah.
Is there anyone, or does your union require recording devices in the cab?
No.
Okay, I'm to clarify, I'm asking him if anyone's listening in.
Do we have anyone that could check for that? I think Walter's paranoid, right?
Yeah, but only if it's visible, obvious.
Yeah, he would need to like take physical actions to search the cab. You don't have any equipment that'll scan it for you.
Yeah, we don't have a MacGyver with us. Gosh dang.
I'm like up to my elbows fixing the lighter, and I sneeze, and I'm like, God damn, must be getting a cold again.
I don't imagine there's any way I can use the data set to pick
All
up
right.
anything, right?
Nah.
Ed, I'm afraid to say that Dylan Ray isn't insane.
Oh, did you bring Dylan Ray back? I forgot to ask that.
Did he want to come back?
I
Yes.
mean, he's not on the crew, so yes, if he wanted to go back, we definitely send him back.
All right, yeah, he's back then.
Okay. Then yeah, he did not get in the cab with you guys. He has made his own way back home.
All right,
He's in the wind.
right. Dylan Ray isn't insane. We spoke to the Sioux.
You did? You have to tell me all the details for my book.
Okay. Sure. They told me that someone I'd never seen before, who apparently is Mr. Behrman, is
Karis?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. He's a good guy.
No, actually, he's not.
What?
He's apparently very much not.
He's a huge proponent of miners' rights and safety. How can you say he's a bad guy?
Oh, he's plotting to I guess I would call it to deep drill into the planet, essentially destroying it and enslaving the Sioux. Also, yes, I know it sounds insane.
I don't believe you.
He did militarize the Sioux suit.
Is that thing that you had me trucking back?
Yes.
These are mighty strong claims, and I'm inclined to. I like you guys, but
I fully understand that, and that's why we are here to investigate them and make sure that if this is correct, it's resolved with a minimum of, death.
Death? Who's gonna die?
I
Well,
love that
ideally, no
Everybody.
one.
You took the
What?
time to think about not saying death, and then you said death anyway.
Yeah.
Lots of flash sounds so much nicer.
Ideally, no one.
Or casualties.
Well, you've got to report this right away.
That's all right. Ed, I want you to imagine what they would say if I went up to them and said, "Hey, I spoke to the Sioux."
Well, yeah, okay. And then you come in with this crazy accusation against the most union-focused union representative.
Right. Yeah, you see the problem.
Yeah, I see the problem. It's you're crazy.
Thanks, Ed. Thank you for the vote.
Perfect demonstration of that principle in action.
Thank you for the vote of confidence. But yes, this is why we need evidence.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm still on your side, but don't go storming anything and.
Ideally, Walter won't do that.
He looks at Walter. Walter, you don't go doing things.
I wasn't saying anything. He's talking about deaths, not me.
Uh-huh. Okay, where do
Yeah.
you guys want me to take you?
And by the way, I wouldn't storm any location. I would get a sniper rifle and make things
Oh, I don't want to hear this.
more elegant.
Thanks,
Oh
thanks,
my
Walter.
What did he say?
Thanks,
As I only
Walter.
speak British English.
Yeah, I ignore him. All right, so what? Yeah, what? Where did we want to go first? Because
Take
well,
it
if we
to his
wanna do
office.
things- before things get too hot, maybe we should do shopping first. But
What? No. No. We're not on the fucking. We're not here to shop.
By the
Look,
way, would the
look, that was
place where
content.
the-
That was one of the contingents for me coming down here again.
Well, congratulations. You were lied to. Welcome to the crew.
Oh man. Oh,
So
that's
is the
okay. That's okay.
Dragonstick
That's
store-
okay. I didn't understand Walter. So. Oh wait, no, it was Android. Damn it.
Oh, we do
Here, yeah.
keep forgetting to play that up.
Well, that's okay. Walter hasn't really said anything that's terribly important.
Wow.
Like, I don't think I've actually had any need to respond to Walter. So, like,
Oh,
you know,
dear.
Well,
just throwing that out there.
It does mean that the rest of the crew is needing to speak.
It's asymmetrical. Walter can understand British English just fine.
Right, but the rest of the crew needs to speak British English so that you can understand them.
Yeah, if they want to be, if they want me to understand them.
Yeah.
But then they can
Sure.
just talk right over my head by speaking Spacer English. So if anyone wants to say anything that I don't understand right in front of my face, you just use Spacer English.
So
No.
Ed is speaking Spacer.
Oh, okay. I didn't remember that then.
Yeah. And I will also need to remember that not everyone speaks Spacer now.
You had to make things difficult, Nemesis.
I did.
I mean, for
Fun.
the ease of it, the android would simply translate.
I grew up. I was raised and born on a planet, like a proper planet. They didn't teach Spacer English in school.
Ugh.
Anyways, I cannot understand Eddie or Walter. Good to know.
All right.
Oh. So
God.
you're not mad at me when I said I won't give you money?
that seems like it was simple enough to
Well-
understand.
To be fair, yeah, and also you could, you could understand me when I asked after, yeah, you could definitely say no, and I'd understand that.
See, that's why I said the android would simply translate.
All
It
right.
becomes apparent that not everyone understands.
All right. So let me get this straight. The plan is to go to the offices, not try to go to the guy's house.
Well, that's just what
before-
Ed has put out, that he can take you to the office. He doesn't know what your guys' what you guys are actually planning to do. That was his contribution.
It would be kind of weird to ask to go talk to Mr. Behrman, or go to Mr. Behrman's house, talk to him direct. Just a little sketchy.
I mean, we were at
Particularly
the
people I
stage
like.
where Jai wanted to start a war and wanted to go down to the planet everyone was in. So here we are. What's the plan?
Yeah,
mean-
so we are on our way to the Dragonstick store to get a sniper rifle.
They don't. No.
Dragon 6 also does not have sniper rifles. They don't have any ballistic
Ah.
weapons.
Let's.
I assume. is
All right,
what he
Eddie.
wants.
Did you say whether you knew where? Did Eddie say whether he knew where Baron lived?
He said he did not.
Is that something we can find out?
Well,
Do they have a fucking phone book on this planet? I could have sworn they did.
they did, and it is public information that you can access through their internet. Last time you guys got Danny Edwards' address, you did it by hacking a kiosk so that there was no search trace.
Didn't we get from Zoe's box the key to the city now?
You did?
Oh yeah.
Did you guys take that with
Doesn't
you?
it give us
that-
also more access?
Is that tied explicitly to her, or is that just pretty much kind of like a generic anyone can use this?
It would just be.
A, I also don't think she told us about it. B, I don't think she would have given it to us.
Well, let's curtail the questions on that with one question. Xander, did Zoe tell anyone about it?
Nope.
Okay.
All right. Then I guess it's not
Well,
relevant.
Too sheepish after, y'all spent all that time.
So yeah,
Guys, this is really awkward.
that's not an option. And yeah, you could just log on to the local internet and do a Yellow Pages search. You would have to be in the residential section or sector. That's how it worked last time.
But most of us were actually cleared for the residential section. That was not explicitly tied to Zoe, since the
That's
rest of us
correct.
could get in.
Mm-hmm.
However, we have people who are not cleared for it. Correct? With
You
people
do.
we didn't have at that time.
But that wasn't an issue getting Nemesis in and out.
Yeah, Nemesis has been the rest of us.
It basically
that's not been there.
cleared you and passengers.
Alright, yeah, I think we're cleared then. So that's not a problem then. So let's go ahead.
One thing that I'll add to that, though, is you guys still technically have your Peerless experience room. That was just left open, and it's through that login or check-in that you're cleared for going anywhere. So
And
that's
still good for,
that's
like,
the scan
3
code that you're
days?
actually given to them.
That was good for a week, right?
Um,
So
yeah,
we still
I
have, like,
think
3 days
she
left on-
initially said a week, and then she just said, okay, until your dad gets here.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's weird. My dad's definitely not on his way here.
Alright, let's just go there and then look it up in the pages then, I guess.
Okay. So you want to use your previous stay's scan code to access the residential sector?
Might as well.
Okay.
If we can't just go in.
Yeah, that clearance was keyed to your check-in information. So it wouldn't be like you could use Jai as that clearance. Otherwise, you do have the same roadblocks you initially faced of they don't let people through without a permit.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's do it.
Okay. The scan code works and you are let through. And
Perfect.
within the residential sector, you are able to access the local residential internet on your data slabs, and you could just do a quick Yellow Pages search for Cars Behrman.
Which I do.
Okay. You get an address.
Perfect. Let's go ahead and Eddie, take us to address.
Okay. Eddie is getting a little bit nervous. Says, is that Mr. Behrman's address?
You just wow.
I think you faded out there, Lulu.
Oh. It doesn't matter.
I guess it doesn't. Oh boy. Alright. He's driving a little bit faster than he usually does.
Stay under the speed limit.
Yeah. You'll hear a signal if I'm not. Very good.
Hey, Ed, wanna some chopos, as I call them?
Those are designed for you specifically, Walter.
Oh, right. Can you craft for Ed some? He looks like he needs some.
Yeah, I could use some chill pills. Whew, this is exciting.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, it's scary, but it's exciting. I don't even know what you're up to, and I don't know how much I want to know. But I want to know all of it so that I can write it.
He has aspirations to be a writer.
I'm sure it'll be in the news one way or the other. Ideally, it won't be too impressive.
Okay.
Ideally.
You arrive in front of a squat, single person domicile in a row with other squat, single person domiciles. It is, again, it's nicer than the dump that Dylan Ray was in. It looks like it's a 2-story townhouse kind of style.
Nemesis, we're going to need your expertise here.
To get into the house.
Well, wait. Was Charlie the breaking and entry person?
I am,
I
in
can't
fact, the
even-
breaking and entry person.
You are?
Yep, that is, in fact, my only redeeming quality.
Perfect. Charlie, we need your
Wait,
skills.
Now, hold on. Now, you say breaking and entering. We're going loud?
What? How quiet can you go?
They didn't confiscate my little lockpick set or anything, did they?
No, I don't think they even knew that you had it. You've got a meta tool, right?
Yeah, I got a meta tool.
In fact, we have a meta tool, and a toolkit available.
We have a couple more tools here too.
I also have a meta tool. And a toolkit.
Yeah,
I'd like
this
to
is
point out the last time you wanted the door open, the android did it.
this is definitely different from my other party where we need meta tools and like, does anybody have one? Okay,
Oh,
Yeah.
I think we're good.
you definitely have the
So-
tools you need.
Just a question of concept. Would we actually want to get immediately in? Maybe we should at first follow him, because a lot of people in power might actually store precious information not at their home, not at the office, but at a third place that we might not know anything about. And by breaking in, we could alarm him so he won't visit it or whatsoever. So maybe we should at first just observe him before breaking anywhere in.
We're in a
I
bit of
do-
a rush.
I do want to see if there is like an additional entrance into the house.
Okay.
We are in a bit of a rush, Walter. We don't.
I think Charlie would be suited for, casing the house at least. Casing the joint.
You'll need to have Ed drive you around, assuming that you're able to see the back. These are wall-to-wall domiciles, townhouses.
Okay, so they're all like basically attached to each other.
Yeah, I think that you call those row houses.
Yeah, and the question is, do they have back doors on them or not?
Yeah, you'd have to go all the way around whatever this block is.
I doubt it. If they're wall to wall like that, then probably not. If anything, it has like
Yeah.
a yard in the back area, but then that'll be seen from the side as we came into it.
Yeah, space in SOS is still at a high premium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could Nemesis do a cross search whether there are employees who live in the house? Such a because might have some.
I don't know if there's a terminal where I can get that information here. I don't know if that would be accessible on the internet, but
Well, they would be probably residents who have the same address as it's listed here.
Also, I'm going to make the assumption, even though I said that I brought it with me, that my knife wasn't confiscated, or
Oh,
it's nothing fancy. It's like it's a regular ass knife.
What did I say when? Actually, let me just look at my system sheet here, because it'll
I don't
probably.
think
they're
it was
complaining about a
mentioned at
pipe.
all.
I know that Walter was not allowed a medium primitive weapon with his pipe.
Okay,
I
I'm fine. I'm fine with it either way. Like, yeah, I just wanted to know because I did say that I had it, and if it didn't, and if it got confiscated, then it got confiscated.
it's my eating knife.
Is it an actual combat knife or is it like a utility knife?
It's like a folding knife. Does
Like
it's
a large
not
pocket.
it's not it's not really, yeah, it's like a large pocket knife if anything.
It's
Like
EDC.
it locks into place, but it's not really. I wouldn't
like a-
take it to go hunting.
It's like a 3-inch blade, 2-inch.
Well, I'll say this: if it's capable of being used as a small melee weapon, then it was not allowed. If it would be so small, like it's a pocket knife, and it would have to be considered an improvised weapon, then it is allowed.
Then we'll say that it wasn't allowed then.
Okay.
Was it not allowed on the ship? Because then you could just leave it.
Yeah.
the Raza.
Yeah, let's just go with that to make it easier.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, well, is that information I can attempt to rustle up regarding, I guess, employees at the same address or this area?
Yeah, you can probably perform a quick, exactly as Vision stated, a cross search that basically tries to access all of the yellow pages and searches them all for, well. No. I guess I would say that you'd have to do something special for that, because back in the day of Yellow Page books, where you could just go to the listing by address section, it's easier. But here it's all electronic, and you would have to. You can't just search the address and find out who all lives in it. That access is, that's not normal access.
Yeah.
You'd have to basically search every record, which you could do with an algorithm.
Or, yeah, I was gonna say make a little program or script to put it together, but that might take a.
Algorithm script is what I meant. You're right. But there's still. I don't know if you guys are concerned about this. All of those searches are logged.
Yeah. And that's why I said. So if we want, so that's what I'm saying. You need like access to like a government system to do kind of like the information kiosk had a little bit greater access to the internet, right?
No, it didn't. But you basically
Okay.
hacked.
Oh,
You
okay,
used
right.
it
But
to
we
hack.
did that, so okay. To keep our information unknown.
And you could also hack from here what wireless access is available for this public facing internet to try and like the same option you had at the kiosk to try and erase those traces, but
Or at very least have it be traced to another unrelated location.
yeah, it's
Use
with
it-
how many
use it
records you'll have to
proxy.
search, it will be very difficult to do that.
Yeah. I don't know what that really tells us. I don't know if that's really worth making the attempt.
Well, it would tell us whether while breaking in, there would be people or not.
Well, let me
And how many?
jump in as a GM here. We've got about 15 minutes left. Do you guys want to just take some quick actions without planning on this residence, or do you guys want to use the remaining time to plan out what you are intending to do?
I'm a little fuzzy on the intent, but I'll go with whatever if anyone else wants to. You know.
Well, since Charlie is a little man, or wait, are you a man or?
Yep, I'm a dude.
Okay, I think he would be able to hide, and since he's good in breaking in, I would trust him if he says that it would be no problem.
I'm cool to go, or to give it the old college try at least.
Besides, if we plan to break in, it doesn't matter if there are people inside or not. We would have to deal with them regardless. So, knowing beforehand doesn't really change it.
Do you still have your cane, Walter?
Yes.
Perfect. It'll have to do.
All right, and I believe we classified that as a medium primitive weapon, right?
Yeah.
Just like the lead pipe, except allowed.
I was thinking just like water.
All right.
Just
well,
a quick note. Did you notice the GM just mentioned what type of weapons we do have before we entered the house?
Hey, if we're close to ending, can we quickly switch to me and like pulling down my my welding goggles and revving up David and cutting into that locked door?
Sure. I don't mind. Let me focus real quick. So
Yeah.
the ground crew is going to proceed with entering, and Nox, Charlie is going to access the front door because that's the only door you can see right now, or windows, whichever, and try and break his way in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get just a quick dexterity sneak check with that.
Yep. Is there any place that I can press that, or should I just type it in somewhere?
It's on your
Yes.
sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you click on the skills, make sure you're out of edit mode.
That's what it is. I have to get myself out of edit mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the little pencil on the top right.
There you go.
There we go.
And now you can just click on the word sneak, and it'll come up with a dialog box asking if you've got any modifiers. You don't.
I don't, so let's go with a 14.
Okay.
Wow.
We'll hold on to that roll here and focus the camera on Zoe.
Me and Switch are breaking this door down. I've had enough of mystery.
Okay. So we're not even trying to open it or make it so that it can be closed again. We're just cutting in, right?
I'm not.
Yep,
To be
we've
perfectly
already did
honest,
that. Started.
I'm ignoring the door and I'm cutting into the wall next to the door.
Okay. Nick, what was that?
Oh, well, if she's not basically not cutting into the door, then it doesn't matter that we already started doing that because she's starting from ground zero at that point.
Yeah, there is
Because we
previous
already
work that she
worked on
can
the whole
use.
well.
No, I'm fine with my idea.
Okay.
I am wearing. So I would say that I previously I said I was pulling down my welding goggles. That's silly. I'm in a vac suit. If we don't know what the fuck's on the other side of this door, I ain't doing nothing stupid. Preparation.
All right. Wow, this takes me back to old notes here.
And that's when we find out that this is the captain's bathroom. God damn it. It's a good thing I'm wearing this vac suit. It smells like shit in there.
All right, give me a moment to sort this through, and this is going to be how we end the session.
Yeah, I feel like you were gonna let me cut into this and then cut the session anyway, so I wanted to make sure I got it in before.
That is exactly what I'm going to do.
Yep. Well, it figures.
You see a timer counting down.
Yeah, right. Well, it's a good thing I waited until everybody left.
You touch welding tools to walls and you hit loading screen.
It's always a good sign. And also, David is not a welding tool. He is a giant saw. Handheld metal saw.
And you one or the one Andy broke?
All right.
This is the one Andy broke. I fixed it.
This is going to take quite some time. Pardon the pun, but this is cut into your lighter repair time. What is Zoe's priority?
No, this wall. The lighter was an excuse. Come on.
Yeah.
You just wanted to do this while no one else was around,
Yep.
Okay.
except for I guess everyone.
The
else
rest of the
alive.
crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm allowed to tell them to get lost.
So on the ground, Charlie is able to break into this house with skilled ease, and we'll pick up what happens from there next week. And on the Raza, the screaming sound of who is it, David?
Yeah, Dave.
The screaming sound of David biting into metal that really isn't intended for this. You're having to make some adjustments, or sorry, metal that is specifically intended to resist this. you're applying safe cracking techniques. You've had to replace the blade a dozen times.
Yep.
And even make some repairs to David as you're breaking into this very ridiculously secured storage area.
Yep.
And when Zoe finally does, she is greeted with the stale air. Her vac suit tells her that there is stale air coming at her that doesn't seem to have been refreshed or vented or opened, seen anything for at least 6 months. And a single box strapped down and secured to the floor of this little storage area.
Okay.
Probably has all the secrets of your past.
The box is
that Zoe's going to keep from us.
the box is a plastic looking, but clearly of a more advanced material. It's white and has clasps. Doesn't appear to be locked.
Okay. I enter.
Nothing blows up. No timer start.
Okay. All right. That's it. Okay, that's the part I was waiting for. Yeah, and I wanna open this sucker up.
Okay. Inside, she sees what look like 5 separate, kind of pieces of something. It's like IKEA furniture if IKEA made furniture for weird alien statues.
Okay,
There are.
so this is the Trobergian. Does it come in white and dark and?
It's all white.
Okay.
And she doesn't see any logos. The material is strange. It's definitely not a standard or normal material.
Okay.
But she can see fairly easily that 4 of those pieces could be put together to form a base, and the 5th piece is a cube that would sit nestled neatly in that base.
Interesting.
And we're
I mean,
gonna go ahead and call the session there.